Yo.
Yo! I just hit start on the stream, and they're about to hit start on the draft.
Oh, holy.
Yeah.
You
Uh. Yeah.
maybe.
There you go. I'm not like emotionally ready for them to start drafting, but they did anyway, which is fine. Here's a draft link.
Oh wait, this is the same squad that was running like Tark Jungle in the elimination game, right? Last week.
Yes.
Yeah, holy. I don't know if I'm ready either, actually.
Well, too bad. We got no time to wait. It's week 3 of Aegis Guardians League. I'm Maris, my co-caster's Lexus. We don't have the double cast today. It's only the single cast. Dread is on the main stream. You can see him at twitch.tv/Aegis Esports GG.
Yeah.
And yeah, we got Harvest. We got OOGA BOOGA Gaming, which is pretty neat. OOGA BOOGA are the boys, as it turns out. They've agreed to donate $1 per kill of theirs in this series to the same charities that we're donating to all month. So that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. They are the homies, and I'm just saying, the charitable nature of this match, it'd be pretty rude of either team to perfect game the other. I'm just saying. I thought about that. Like if OOGA BOOGA were to drop no kills, wouldn't that be the wrong message from them? You know?
Yeah. I don't know if they. I saw some hints in their Discord, in Harvest Discord, that there might be some shenanigans happening, but I didn't see like a confirmation. So.
Yeah, they may be exhausting the rest of Lost in Rotation's paycheck, but Lucian Blue won, and bans have happened as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Champs are banned.
I just had to update the draft or the stream title because it had the wrong league. That's okay. Yeah. So no Twitch, no Vigar, no Senna, no Gangplank Vi or Irelia. First pick Lucian, like you mentioned, and Rodham's on Wukong, R1.
These make sense. You have Lucian Blue 1, he's the verifiable flex, then Wukong, top tier jungler, and that way Seraphine comes through. Also pretty strong right now, great flex for mid support or ADC. Pairs well with a champion like Wukong, so it's a nice little opener for both teams, I think, showing kind of the direction they want to go in.
Yep, much more straight up, no Taric jungle yet. Probably Wukong jungle, you would imagine, but could, I guess, get flexed around, theoretically. Volibear Nami. Volley's a very strong jungler, and you got the Lucian Nami. That feels pretty good for OOGA.
Yeah, I mean, you have a direct game plan for OOGA BOOGA, right? It's Volibear goes bot lane, he flashes on whatever Rodham is playing, and that's first blood, and then in theory you snowball from there. Your OP Bear and OP Lucian Nami blood locked in for Lil Saint.
Yeah, the Saint special. I don't know about Kled Blind, but he's very confident on it, so
sure. I mean, maybe they know something we don't know. Maybe they know that this Volibear is likely to go top or something.
Either that, or you know the enemy's whole pool, and you're not like super scared of any individual pick in there, and you have 2 bans.
Yeah.
If you absolutely hate, maybe an Olaf. That seems reasonable.
Sure. Seems like as good a ban as any. Yeah. So they also hold the Seraphine flex here for these next round of bans, which makes the bans a lot harder, I think, because you really, I mean, you're going to have to start to give it a destination here on 4. But locking in jungle top and Seraphine means it's pretty difficult for OOGA BOOGA to really predict what's going on.
Yeah, so they're gonna
with
take
these
away
last
Oats
two picks.
Yasuo. He popped off last week on it, so fair.
Yeah, seems
Um,
respectable. I think that they were probably sitting there thinking, we don't really know which player we should ban, but Yasuo is annoying, so we'll ban the character. He's pretty strong into. I mean, it's not explicitly. It's not like I wouldn't say that he like counters Lucian Nami, but Yasuo into a Nami lane is pretty decent considering he can block her entire kit. You know, and Lucian being a ranged character also doesn't love the wind wall. Feels like a decent ban if you're gonna play a double range bot lane.
I don't feel like there are a lot of people that love the wind wall, if I'm being honest.
I mean, you already got like Wukong. He probably does not. He has absolute apathy for the wind wall.
I don't know that he loves it though.
Hey, the cool breeze blowing on his back as he's engaging. The sounds of all his teammates' abilities being blocked.
Yeah, that's relaxing. That's what you're
Yeah.
fun to hear. Samira's banned. I don't really know why. I don't think that there's
Whoa.
actually a Samira player here. And Matsuro's gonna lock Blitzcrank, which I love. No,
Hey,
no.
this
Oh no.
this sounds better. This sounds much better.
Oh no. Sona Seraphine.
So does Seraphine. It's back, baby. And some would say that it never really left. It just two characters that I think are pretty strong in the durability patch, and they do have a range advantage on this Lucian Nami, right? So if they're able to space out correctly, they should be able to just hang out, heal up, shield up, farm from range, survive the lane, and then Seraphine Sona are so good and useful with characters like Wukong and Kled, these bruisers that are just looking to group and team fight. It's exactly what Sona and Seraphine love to play with. So, see what RTM rounds it off with.
So,
it could still be an ADC here if they wanted, but I think that should be a mid.
yeah, just to touch really quickly, the Mordekaiser feels like a decent solution. You can just kind of take somebody away from the death ball. Feels pretty good. Syndra I don't think feels very good, but we can talk about that in a second because Kiana got locked in for Oath.
Yeah, Kiana got locked in. That's the R5 we went with. Doesn't seem terrible, if I'm being honest. I mean, it should be a lot of other issues for OOGA BOOGA in a team fight between the Wukong, the Kled, the Seraphine coming out, Seraphine ult coming out. I mean, and there are a lot of squishy characters. You know, there's a Volibear and a Mordekaiser, but the Syndra, Lucian, Nami all really susceptible to Kiana.
Just your AoE abilities that shoot in a line, basically. Like, you
Yeah.
can knock people up with a Wukong Cyclone and then Sona Seraphine and then knock them into a terrain with Kiana. Like, there's some little wombo potential here. As long as somebody doesn't get sucked into Cyber Brazil.
There's definitely a dream fight, you know, a dream wombo possible, and a lot of less dreamy but still acceptably winning fights, you know, for this Rodham team comp. On the other side for OOGA BOOGA, right, you do have a good amount of disengage from and stall from things like Nami Wave, Syndra, Scatter the Weak, the Death Realm, Volibear standing there like a big old bear, and Lucian going backwards with you know, his dashes and such. I think that OOGA BOOGA doesn't have the worst team comp to play into this, but I do think that it should feel pretty good for. I mean, it feels like to me it kind of comes down to, first of all, I mean, you have this Syndra Kiana lane, which whenever Kiana's in a competitive game, it's always interesting. Because that character wants by nature to snowball, right? And then you have a Seraphine Sona versus a Lucian Nami. These lanes feel kind of like the antithesis of each other, and we're gonna have to see which one comes out on top. I think in my head it should be. I feel like intuitively, Seraphine Sona should, you know, get zoned a little bit early, like maybe have to give up some farm, but if they're just scaling, I mean, they're winning, right? So I think that by that principle, they should be winning out in the lane. But
My favorite thing about this lane, and I absolutely hate it, but it was when Cloud9 was running it, they were like, we broke the meta with a picture of the two champions, and the T1 account told them to put it back. And and I appreciated that. So
Fix it.
yeah,
Sorry.
first draft of the night, always a rough one. We'll get
Hey,
through it together.
honestly, I really love RTM's team, and then they selected Kiana, and which is like a little too spicy for me personally. You had like the dream draft.
What do
I
you
think
want Kiana to be?
I would like if Kiana was just some more DPS, not necessarily magic damage, but like maybe you lob like a Tristana in the mid lane. Like I don't really know what those full champion pool consist of, but like something a little more DPS-y and a little less snowbally assassin-y. Something that's gonna come into the team fights and just be able to sit back behind your Kled and Wukong and with the Seraphine Sona and just whittle down the bear and the Mordekaiser and clean up fights on Cinder Lucian Nami. But I don't think it's bad. I just think it's your team golf feels like it's got such a clear objective, and then it feels like we've just thrown like a risk into the mix with this Kiana pick.
You feel like the Kiana's the big risk, not the Kled. The Kled is stable.
I think that the Kled is different because it's the little Saint Kled. You know.
Okay.
It's kind of his thing.
I just feel like this is an Oath's alternative to. I got Yasuo banned. I'm gonna play another AD assassin. But
yeah, yeah, I guess that's fair.
what does that mean?
I don't know. I mean,
hashtag up the OOGA.
Hashtag up the OOGA. Retweet.
What does that mean?
Up the OOGA.
It's provocative. It gets the people going, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting me going.
Alright, we got 2 minutes to go in spectator delay. This is week 3 of Aegis Guardians League. OOGA BOOGA are 2-0. Return of the Middle Sticks Harvest are 1-1. Fresh off of an unfortunate 3-1 defeat in their playoff series in Meta Shift. But, you know, you get Oath in there. Maybe there's a little, I don't know where I'm going with this. Maybe there's a little different feel when you swap out your mid laner. Get the good vibes going again. They had a good win last week in the, was that the Twitch backdoor game last week? I guess it was.
I don't think I saw that game.
Yeah, they played just a really silly series against whoever they were playing against, and there was a Twitch backdoor. There was like a 49-minute game. There was a 50-minute game. It was a good time. We were really vibing on the stream.
Sorry, I got something else I had to look out. Give me 1 sec. I'm trying to listen, I promise.
I'm making very important points right now, honestly.
I know.
That this is happening to me.
That's my fault.
You see, you invite a Grandmaster player on the stream to watch your gold games, and then he just does other things the whole time. Just can't pay attention. I don't know why I'm flaming you. I actually really appreciate you, but we.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I heard you flaming me. I'm here.
Had the ears burning, had to come back.
You're saying there's a banger Twitch backdoor?
Yeah, it was definitely a Twitch backdoor for sure.
Now I feel like I need to watch them on. No.
So sometimes you make big macro plays, and you're like, my god, these guys are geniuses. They were thinking 4 steps ahead. And then sometimes they just kind of luck into it, and you're like, oh, I guess he's just going to go backdoor it now.
Yeah. Hey, if you don't question, well, you do, but you don't question the, the method. It's just
A dub's a dub at the end of the day.
yeah, the result. If OOGA accidentally clicked yes on the forfeit vote, we take those. If they I don't know where I'm going with this. This bit's not working out for me. I'm tired.
I feel that.
No, so what I remember reading, it wasn't even. I mean, Scrum's posted a screenshot of it in family chat. I think talking about a level 1, some level 1 shenanigans.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like we're going to actually get to see that, which is disappointing to say the least.
I thought it was Cinder and Ivern. I didn't watch it that carefully, but we're missing the Ivern. Unless you mean a different level 1 Oh,
No,
I know what
no,
you're talking about. Yeah, no, they were talking about doing 1v1s by the bear
Yeah.
pit to start the game.
Yeah, like a King of the Hill style. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds a little goofy. It does sound like you could instantly lose the game. Well, I mean, but in theory, if everyone stuck it out, then you would probably only be down like 1 kill, right?
Yeah, you should only be down 1 or 2 kills at most.
Imagine getting down to the end and there's you just
The big level
sending
1 Nami versus Sona fight. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd say it gets, if you did the supports last, and it's a OOGA had won hard early on, so then you're just sending a Sona in to do battle against Lucian and go get him, champ.
Beep boop.
Go die for charity. Like, jungler's gonna start on opposite sides of the map.
That's kind of interesting, actually.
It's interesting to me because they're both doing not what I would think, right? I would think that Scrams would path away from his Seraphine Sona, where he's unlikely to have prio, towards his, oh my lord.
Oh, the level 2 gank mid? EQ onto whoops, and that's it.
Yeah, level 1 Kiana doesn't have the greatest gank assist in League of Legends. And now he's going to walk in, find the red side jungler already cleared out by Super. And
yeah, that seems like that gambit didn't really pay off for Scrams.
Yeah.
A lot of times we see his little gambits pay off, but this one, not so good. Saint gets dismounted off a Skarl, has to try to fight it out with YOLO Swag for the win R. Why does he have an R at the end? Am I missing something? Saint, 1v1. Oh, the pocket pistol doesn't go off. It's first blood for YOLO Swag FTWR.
Hey, and that, is it $1 or is it 75 cents?
That's $1 for...
That's $1.
That's
well
$1.
Played, Saint. That's $1 for charity.
Velos
gonna look for a trade. Don't know if they're really winning that as hard as they'd like to.
Big stun.
Hey,
Whoops. Good flash by Oath. Saving the extra dollar. Never mind. It's a solo kill for Whoops.
Yeah. I think this early lane is pretty difficult for Kiana. I mean, it's friggin' Cinder, right? Massive range advantage. You kind of have to hang on until you have a real kill threat, which you really don't at level 2, level 3.
3, I feel like you're starting to get there, but yeah, it's probably a level 6 angle.
You can't really like 100 to 0 her at that point, right? So it's if you go in, you're going to take too much return damage.
Saint is not deterred by giving up that early kill, and just takes another trade.
Nice
Scrams is here in the bottom lane. Yeah, root onto Velos. He gets exhausted. Scrams is in looking for Android. Now turns onto Velos. Gets a little bit of damage. Follows the flash. Does he have any left? Matsuro does the power chord kill in the bottom lane. Saint going to get dismounted again in the top side. They're showing no mercy for each other, which is fair. Let's get that up for charity. Pocket pistol shot. Saint needs one more auto to remount, but it's a little bait right now. Okay, gets remounted, goes immediately in, but that might be enough. He does get the kill onto Super. In comes Super with the stun, though. Gets the immediate dismount and the E to land on him. That's a little rough for him. One more auto, and Super finishes that one off. And 3-2, it's everything we could hope for.
Yeah, it is not slowing down. Oath taking a big chunk here mid. That's just so much damage. Another Q looked for by Whoopslow.
Yeah, Whoops is...
I was trying to fancy feed him a little bit.
Yeah, I don't...
But doesn't quite get the movement maybe that he's looking for.
So he missed a Q when he went in initially, and I don't know if that completely doomed the trade, but it doesn't look like the Kiana counter pick is working out early on, at least.
Yeah, not the dream for your R5, but you know, that's just a charitable guy like that. Because I mean, if you want to, it would just be a little rude for our team to just come out and stomp them. So he's just giving Whoopsalole a bit of a fair chance, right?
Yep, OOGA gonna head to the dragon. Oath is in the area, but
Oath
he's
is level 4.
Level 4 to the level 6 from Whoops, so he probably just needs to go get some experience. And dragon number 1 to OOGA BOOGA Gaming.
Nice trade from Saint. Oh. Yeah. Where are we at? I mean, it's a full lost chapter for Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. You'd think it would almost be a bigger gold lead, but it's only what 500 or 600. Let's gonna go aggressive now.
Yeah, Oath's getting aggressive, but he's still level 5. I don't know if he just can't. Takes the full. All right, yeah. I'm not sure. Analysis, Kowalski.
The analysis is I think it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Saint, one more auto. Oh, we got the pocket pistol.
Saint's level 6.
Now he's level 6. He's got the charge available, but there's a level 6 for YOLO Swag. Got to be careful how you time this one out. The Ignite going to knock him off the horse, but it doesn't matter. The pistol shot for Saint picks up the solo kill in top lane, and it's 5-3. Top lane even, bottom lane slightly ahead for ROTM. Your big issue is Whoops, and this bear is also pretty big. So Super Whoops.
Yeah.
Little issue.
I didn't really talk about that much, but Scrim's lost a lot of early farm because of that. We do the level 2 gank mid into looking for Super's Raptors, which are already taken by Super and Pearl for his red. And meanwhile, Super just full cleared, went up, took the crab, looked, and took Scrams' Raptors away. So early advantage for the bear, as well as a kill to his name right in the top lane.
Yep, Oath has to be careful. There's a bear hanging around, but he'll be able to scoot a boot on out of there.
Yeah, but your Seraphine Sona lane is winning. I would say winning quite hard for what these characters are supposed to do.
Yeah, normally you'd expect the Lucianami to be ahead a couple, 10, 20 CS maybe, but Duvranga and Matsuro doing pretty well so far.
They have a really large range advantage, right? And the Lucianami, I don't think trades as well into Seraphine Sona as people might expect. I mean, because when you just think about the champions, you think like, oh, the little squishy uwu enchanters. There's no way they can fight the 2v2 dominant Lucianami, right?
Well, Oath gets the knockback. Oh, a really well-timed flash. I guess he didn't get completely knocked into that terrain. That was a weird little interaction, but Whoops is able to flash out and means that he'll stay alive. Oath has to counter flash because there's a bear. And Scrams and Saint are going to go ahead and start up the Rift Herald on the top side of the map. Super and YOLO Swag hanging around in the area. We could see a 2v2 or even a 3v2 around as Saint's checking. He finds the Volley Bear now, and they're going to start to turn on to him. It's a 3v2 on this side of the map because Mord hasn't pinched just yet, but you also can't get Oath out from under tower. That was a huge minion wave that crashed in.
And Woofsol just left. I mean, OOGA should definitely be able to get a numbers advantage there. Just tell your Syndra, it doesn't matter, man. You're fed as hell. Get in here.
Yeah, they're going to charge on in. YOLO Swag eating a little bit of damage. I don't think that this really results in too much, but Scrams picked up the Rift Herald during that play. Starting to stabilize a little bit. Gold is even, but OOGA has the dragon early on and about to head toward a second one here in about a minute, unless there's a fancy play from Scrams with this Rift Herald.
So, I mean, not too shabby. RTM, I mean, It really is, at this point, it feels like it's just the syndrome. You have a Volibear who, by the looks of it, is going Trinity Force, Beast Mode. Not the itemization people usually go for with that character. Usually, if you do see damage, you see Sunder coming out, and that's only into Bruisery team comps. Usually, it's like a Chem Tank build or a Sunfire, Iceborne, you know? So, should be interesting. Scram's laying and wait down the bot lane. They're going to spot out Super on the ward, though. Might be a collapse here.
Yeah, might be a collapse.
Oh.
Could be an opportunity to dive if they get that shoved all the way in, but Super's going to be able to get out. That's a well-timed little move by Scrams to make sure that his bot lane doesn't get dove. And now that that blue buff's respawned, you've set up strong side versus strong side now in this bottom side of the map.
Yeah. Oh.
Well.
And this is also going to happen.
Yeah, Cyber
They know
Brazil.
they're alone.
So we're going to duke it out. Saint needs a couple more autos. I don't know exactly what he's trying to dodge. There he does. Actually not successfully dodge the W. Big shield, though, from YOLO Swag. It's just not enough. Has to dismount him again. The claw isn't enough to get the trade kill, and Saint picks up his third kill after falling behind early.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. When you can tell with how close these are, I mean, Saint really, he knows this matchup, right? I mean, it seems like he's picking a lot of fights that look incredibly suspicious and then just wins them outright. So this is why we blind the Kled on 3. Protect it from the ban phase.
Yeah. So Scrams, Matsuro, and Duvrango slide down into this dragon area. They don't have Oath with them right now, so it's going to get spotted out. This is scary time with it deleashed. A little bit extra
scary
damage.
time.
Well, it's 4v3, right? Because Oath is still in mid lane. He can collapse, but they have a lot of crowd control. In comes the wave. It's smited away by Super. A good steal. Scrams is going to be the first victim, and he'll dive in with the Stormbringer. They're trying to kite back. Oath is looking for the big game-turning ult. He gets one stun, gets a little lockup, but there's just no damage coming through. Now Oath is turned, but it doesn't matter. Super just... I don't think Super had to die there, but he sacrifices himself to get the rest of the team out. That's admirable in and of itself. Saint is going to teleport back into top lane and just chase YOLO Swag off of his tower. This is his property.
No plates for you. Yeah, so I didn't really... Looked like there was a large Cinder Stone in that fight. Am I correct there? I mean, I don't know.
If you expect me to see individual abilities... that's expecting a lot of me, honestly. I just yell while the fight's happening. Ah! YOLO Swag's taken pretty low. He's really caught in no man's land, though. It's a good gank timing from Scrams, and they'll pick up... I hope that wasn't
I don't know
too
if
loud.
caught in no man's land is... That is a very gratuitous way to describe it. I would say he... I mean, I guess he was killed in no man's land. He kind of chose extremely... to just be there, right?
Yeah.
Just walked under the tower in front of Little Saint's face. Decided, yeah, you solo killed me 3 times now, but I'm gonna big dog you right here. Did not work out in his favor. Scram's available. Another pickup. Second dragon did go to the side of OOGA BOOGA, right?
Yeah.
So feels good for them. Able to leverage some of their strength in the mid lane in that team fight and pick that up. Now, it's also a Cloud Soul, so that feels less good, I think. A lot of damage. I mean, the Leandries is out now for Duvrango. Those Saints in the Death Realm.
Saint is trapped. Okay, found a little soft corner, but takes an extra tower shot.
Mount.
Yeah, and he doesn't have remount, so... we're talking about being a little bit in no man's land. There it was again. That's a really good Death Realm, though. I don't know if that's, like... super intentional if you know where your boundaries are, but it was really hard for Saint to find a little corner where he couldn't be shot by the turret, I guess.
I thought they were going to dive bot. Scram's looking out for Whoops a little.
Yeah,
That's
Oath over the wall.
700
Oh!
gold.
That was pretty nice, but it doesn't matter in any way. All right, well, that was a good flash by Whoops, I guess. I only have analysis retroactively.
I mean, it's the perfect flash. It's the play that you're not used to seeing in some of these games, right? As he sees Wukong, and instead of thinking like, of how to escape, he thinks about how to escape, and he realizes that it's actually just over to the wall to kill Oath, and then Wukong can't touch him.
Yeah, no Death Realm available now for YOLO Swag, so they're going to use both of the ults in top lane. YOLO taken down pretty quick. The teleport coming in is Whoop's Law, so they have to be pretty careful because Scrams will pop like a grape or maybe some other fruit that also pops. Super's walked into bottom lane, but there's nothing really here for him to grab.
Yeah, he already grabbed it. He got Matsuro.
Where did Scrams drop Rift Herald? Did he drop Rift
Bot
Herald?
lane.
Bot
Yeah,
lane.
he dropped to bot lane.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything about it, so it didn't happen in my brain. And
Oath's here.
I don't really know what's going on down here. Are we lane swapping? Are we putting Sona mid and
I think
Kiana bottom?
I was really worried I was gonna watch Oath walk up to last hit the tower in that scenario. No, I think he's just doing what you do when you're 0-5 on Kiana, and that's walk somewhere else. Get the hell out of mid lane, because there's no hope on God's green earth for you there.
Saint is apparently just not scared of Whoops. Maybe needs to be just a little. Gonna get dismounted. Still has the ult up. I think if he just Qs and then rips one, it's pretty close. Maybe he needs a little bit more damage. Oh, he's got to conserve his mana because it's a knockback. Wow. The ult. That's really well played by Whoops.
Gonna land everything. Yeah. Yep. Good luck, honestly. I mean, Whoops is worth, what? He's worth 800 gold there, 900 now. I respect kind of trying to flip the fight. If you come out on top, it's a lot more gold for you than it is if you're losing it. But it's just going to be another one in the pocket of this Syndra, 6-0. Looks like she's going for the Zhonya's second item. Going to be a pretty big problem, I think. Dragon spawning in 10 seconds. RTM drops the Rift Herald, tries to assert priority. I don't know how effective this is going to be. Surfing's top lane with teleport available.
Is Seraphine who you need holding the wave right now? I guess it's the one with teleport, but where are you going to teleport as Seraphine? You have to teleport back behind the fight, and then you can't really get involved. 5,000 health still on this dragon as it gets leashed again by OOGA BOOGA. Yellow Swag cannot join, so this could be a 5v4. Saint is going to look for the initiation, looking for Whoops immediately. Big Nami bubble, though, stalls up the engage. Scrams just trying to flip in, at least takes care of Android. Whoops gets exhausted. Now they're turning onto him. Saint dives in. Oath was somehow able to get a kill and get out of the back of the fight. The dragon did get taken by OOGA BOOGA, though. That puts them on soul point. Now the teleport able to come in from YOLO Swag as he finally got it back up. Saints with him in the Death Realm, just trying to fight his way through the favelas of Cyber Brazil. Able to get back on the remount, but I don't know that he can really turn the fight. The rest of the team is fighting Velos up on the top side. Duvranga needs one more auto. Does he have it? He got it. One more auto for the kill onto Velos, and it's just YOLO Swag left after that play. RTM won the fight, but lost the dragon again.
Yeah. Oh, I think they went for the right move there. It's a Cloud Drake, giving up the third one. So I mean, you have the added pressure now of they are on soul point, but they pick up the shutdown on Whoop's lull. They win the fight pretty overwhelmingly. I think obviously getting the dragon is better than not getting the dragon.
Yeah.
But I don't think that I think they'll take what they got. You know. It's going to bring him up to about 1,500 gold lead, which I think when you're running the Seraphine Sona, like we talked about, your team should naturally scale into the mid-late game team fights stronger than most team comps you play against. You're still going to struggle, right, with this Syndra. Shutting her down doesn't make her weaker; just makes you stronger by relatively stronger, but.
Yeah, did burn her stopwatch during that fight, though. So you have a little moment now in between the stopwatch and the Zhonya's that maybe you can take advantage of.
Yeah.
Paying very close attention, but yeah. Also, might not. And that just happens too. Do you worry about the lack of range DPS from ROTM?
Only if they get. I mean, we saw like in that fight. Yeah. We've seen in a couple fights, things like Nami Wave, Syndra E are able to kind of stop up Scrams in his engage and take him down. I think if you don't combo your ults perfectly and you do get stopped up like that, then not having any DPS for the longer fight is going to feel bad, because RTM does kind of need to get in there with the Wukong ult, the Kled ult, Seraphine ult, and just kind of... Oh,
Saint trying to kite his way out. Scrams is in the area, but now would turn into two separate
Scrams.
1v1s, and I don't think RTM wins either 1v1 right now, but in come
Well, they-
Matsuro and Duvranga to try to turn this one back around. Saint able to get remounted, the charm comes on through, and the bear cannot quite get over. He's too thick for the wall. The
oh,
clap of
super.
his cheeks just too much to get over the thick embankment.
Oh. I don't know. You said it well enough right there. not much to add to the clap of his cheeks and let him over the embankment. Flash ult go down. It's gonna be Baron kind of snuck.
Yeah,
they don't have a lot of tools here
it
to
gets
fight.
spotted.
Oops, lol.
There's still 6,000. This is really scary now with your magic resist shredded. You can throw some AoE magic damage into the pit, as it turns out, with Cinder and Nami. In comes the tidal wave just to try to solid out. Saint is continuing to leash on the Baron, about to get
I think they can
dismounted.
do it.
Scrams is
They have
in.
the
They're
sustain.
just burning it down. Oath gets a big root into a second root, gets a little knockback into a freeze, but they're just not really focused on the fight just yet. Now trying to burn the Baron. Scram's able to take that one down, and now Saint able to join the fight. They'll take one, they'll take two, now Super able to join. Walks in, gets a stun. Where's the damage actually coming from? They'll get the big pullback with Mordekaiser, but Velos is out of mana and getting chased down and zerged down by Little Saint. YOLO swag into the Death Realm. It's a triple kill for Saint. And the recall gets channeled. That was kind of funny. But ROTM gets the Baron out from underneath OOGA BOOGA and gets 4 kills in the process.
It's the time of the game where I say it's a Morbius sweep in here, Maris. And it will continue.
Yep. Hopefully you Morbeds are enjoying this one. I can't keep up the Morbius memes, man. I don't know.
Any more beds in the chat?
Did you actually watch it when it was on Twitch? You said you had a
Yeah,
bunch of people watching. Is it a
yeah.
good movie? What did you actually
No.
think? No, it's terrible? Okay.
No, I would actually describe it as probably the greatest movie ever made. I don't know. I don't have a serious opinion on Morbius. I'm too conflicted by the memes to actually even know if I liked watching the movie. Because I watched it several times, and the whole time I just thought it was funny, which I don't think is the intended effect of the Morbius movie. So maybe it's not good. I don't know.
Were you just waiting the whole time for him to say it's Morbin time and it never happened? Or...
Yeah, going to be honest with you, I had a suspicion that he didn't actually yell out, "It's Morbin time," and then morb out all over everyone, like I was being led to believe. But it was still a bit disappointing.
That does sound like a little bit of disappointment.
Yeah. On the other end, RTM got the Baron, killed everyone, got another pick onto Yellow Swag for the win R, and then pick up their first dragon of the game. They're going to stop the Soul Sweep, and now let's push out with Baron a little bit. They've already got the tier 2 in mid. Like to see them be able to play up on this top side with where Lil Saint's setting up right now. Knock down that tier 2. Oops, almost out of mana. He's going to have to go back to base. It should give them a bit of a window. And right now, Super and Mordekaiser, I'm not saying Yellow Swag, are hanging out bot lane. They could look.
Yeah,
I was
they're
going to
looking
go for
for
the pick.
Super.
Wow.
That's a really quick pick there. A couple of ults burned, but very worthwhile as they're going to be able to take this inhibitor down. In comes the Nami ult just to try to turn this fight. That's a really good bubble onto Oath, but it's just stalling out the fight longer? I'm not really sure. They're not able to really get in and do any damage during all of the CC that they're getting down. Whoops is completely out of mana now, and they're hemorrhaging towers, which is not
Baron
a place that
is
you
down.
want to be. Yeah.
Unfortunately for RTM, Lil Saint recalled, so that's probably going to be the end of their push. They no longer have the mana advantage where they are, or the threat of the Kled ult flying in or anything like that. They might group up here on the bottom side. Baron is down, but they don't really have an objective to do for the next little while. Oat's going to take a reset, get his resources back. Matsura waiting for a crescendo. He's gonna get spotted here.
Yeah, Velos does a little bit of damage. Yoloswag just pulls Duvranga into the Death Realm.
Yeah.
I don't know that he actually kills the Seraphine in any reasonable amount of time, so he's going to have to retreat from that fight. Now Saint looking for the engage. This is a hard engage for either side at this point, just in this little short lane.
Yeah, the posturing looks very awkward. Oath is going to do the hero work of pressuring another lane so that something else happens. So if they wanted, they could just hang out down here for a while and clear waves. Don't know how beneficial it would be, but they could do it. Also, regrettably, we are doubling up on Chemtech Putrefier. Whoa! Dubranga loves to sing.
Yeah. They asked him for an encore, and no one really wanted it, so kind of awkward.
Oath is just. Oh.
This might be a little bit of trouble for Oath. He's dashing on through, but doesn't have a whole lot of ways to really get out. He's got his flash still, if he can get to the wall. Just takes a little bite there from Super.
What am I watching? Saint's gonna take a nice chunk out of the tower with the demolish proc.
Yeah, this is maybe part of the issue. Oh,
Ooh.
Matsuro takes a lot of damage, actually. Whoops, doing quite a bit of work, but now they're turning onto him immediately, and Saint is able to take him down. They had enough damage to burst through the Syndra. Now Yoloswag here, not quite able to hit the claws. Saint looks for the re-engage, dancing in with the joust, dancing back out, gets dismounted. Yoloswag still staying strong enough to limp away from the fight. Velos gets cut down pretty low, but has his mana... Well, it has no mana, really, to try to turn back.
Yeah.
It feels like the mana management has been kind of the bane of these last couple of fights for OOGA BOOGA. Like, if you had Lucian on full mana, if you had Syndra on full mana, you could maybe look at some of these fights, but they're using a lot of it to wave clear, it seems like.
I don't know really what it is, because it felt like Whoop's lull in the first part of this game was performing so well, playing the Syndra just it felt like almost perfectly in the laning phase. I mean, the laning phase was maybe some misplays from Oath, but Whoops played it well. He played skirmishes well. And it feels like in that last fight, he walked in. He had a nice combo on Sona, and I thought she was dead on my screen, and then he kind of was just walking into crescendo and died in a 1v3 scenario, basically.
This is an interesting little time right now. The Cloud Dragon is up. How much do you value the Cloud Dragon versus the Baron buff that is there? And it looks like...
Oh, don't do it, Oath! Don't do it!
Saint
just
is
go
going to
mid.
be the
Just
one
go mid.
Saint is going to be the one that checks. So he's going to see that there's no one doing the Baron. This is real OOGA hours, I guess.
Yeah, OOGA up.
We're up in the OOGA right now.
Up the OOGA.
Oath is about to experience the OOGA.
Up the Otha.
I don't know about that one. Can you say that one?
On
Twitch? Is that one available?
So
I guess he's just fine. So this is...
They don't find the pick they want for Baron. Oath's going to look for the flash onto Velos. Not going to find what he's looking for here. Dodges out on most of the Mordekaiser abilities. Still going to go down the Death Realm to a Nashor's Tooth. Right click to death.
That'll happen. Now it's 4v5 on the map, though. And Charm going to land not onto Super. That Smite took it down to 4, I think is the number I saw. Whoops just goes in looking for the assassination. Doesn't quite have enough damage to take down Duvranga. Now going to get turned back on. A little bit of a desperation play there from the Syndra. Not quite able to find the assassination. And now the rest of his squad left to defend against the Baron push. 4 people have it. Everyone but Oath. That checks out.
So realistically, OOGA can't win a fight, right? They're down 11,000 gold to the team with triple melee ADs and Seraphine Sona, right? Mm-hmm. So they have the right idea in going to Baron, sitting in a bush, waiting for someone to walk in. Unfortunately for them, or maybe fortunately for RTM, it was Lil Saint, who probably can't be bursted in a reasonable amount of time. And then Oath was able to avoid getting picked. I mean, he did end up getting picked, right? But
yeah,
he didn't get picked at the crucial moment that OOGA needed to prevent maybe a Baron take and look for a fight back in.
Yeah, was able to stall out enough that they couldn't get to the
Yeah.
Baron in time. Yeah.
So the right idea, but RTM plays it smart, plays it safe, and picks up the Baron. And this game should be kind of in its final stages, unless some charitable work occurs.
Never can rule that one out. RTM looking to siege this bottom lane turret with 4 strong, well, 3 strong now. Set up the 3-1-1, raise the banners. Good pull in though. Matsuro taken pretty low. They'll get the assassination. Whoops, able to take that kill. Scram's looking for the initiation. Now Oath goes in, trying to knock him into the inhibitor. Just doesn't quite have the damage or the right crowd control. And so they lose 2 in exchange for 0. And still continue to push with the 3v5. Saint is up by himself on the top side of the map, gets the Demolish proc, and the rest of the minions will take care of the bottom lane tower. Just inhibitors left in the top and bottom lane, plus the Nexus towers as Scrams and Duvranga continue their work on those. Saint is just fighting 1v3. Kled is insane, and so is Saint. He'll find 1 kill, get knocked off the off his mount. I can't words right now for some reason. Saint dies. Almost is able to take Whoops with him. Oh, Duvranga not quite able to find the Q. Does get the E for the kill onto Whoops.
Whoa.
But the game continues as the base still a little bit in shambles, but still alive for OOGA BOOGA. Super able to hop out. And now it's a triple in hit.
I mean, it might be a Duvranga Scrams and the game angle. No one else is coming back alive. You didn't seem particularly scared of Super Velos and Android 15 seconds ago.
Yeah, but how cool would the Super Velos Android be? That's some anime shit. I don't.
I think they should stand here with Baron and the game will end. Maybe not. I mean, you have Saint TP. Baron's also just run out. My bad.
Yeah.
Noob caster.
1 minute to go on a Cloud Dragon. We gotta flip over that one, maybe.
You also see, not necessarily in maybe that last fight where Matsuro kind of got picked, but in these fights, it's really hard for Whoops to burst people out through the shielding and healing this Seraphine Sona, right? Because he's been fed enough that he should realistically just be one comboing either of those characters when they're on his screen. But in the Baron fight or the fight immediately after Baron, Duvranga just soaked a full Syndra combo, just all abilities plus ult.
Yeah, do you remember who said they were worried about the Syndra pick during draft? It was me. I had the analysis. I knew. Anyway.
Oh, true.
I'm not gonna hold that one. I have to take my rare analysis W's when they happen. Crescendo from Matsuro just to try to buy some time in the death realm.
He's got nice feet.
Now the pop back out. Yeah, that was really nice dodges. The charm from Duvranga only lands onto Super. He's got nice feet. He's got his own Wikifeet page. Saint gets a kill. For legal reasons, I cannot tell you to go to wikifeet.com. Anyway, Nexus turrets are falling. Whoops, trying to walk back in. He does get the kill onto Duvranga to make sure that OOGA BOOGA has to pay a little bit more money for charity. Super flashes in looking for Oath. They're just not hitting Nexus. They're trying to farm some kills here. For charity! In goes Saint looking for the bear trap on a rope. Pulls Whoops off of it.
Oh.
Oath just survives.
A little bit cringe for living there, I'll be honest with you.
It's a game 1 win for Harvest. They go to 1-0 and go to match point against OOGA BOOGA. 25 kills to 18. Apparently OOGA's got the running tally in the chat. We'll update the numbers when we get to it. But yeah, I don't really know what to take away from that game. Maybe Sona Seraphine pretty good. That's about what I've got. Maybe Kled pretty good. But yeah, I don't know how much you can really change.
Sona Seraphine pretty good. I think that we're going to see at least one of those characters probably taken off next game. Maybe a first rotation Kled, since RTM, I mean, probably expected a second rotation Kled ban, so that's why they picked it on R3. Now that OOGA BOOGA knows that a first rotation Kled is on the table for Saint, might just take it off. I mean, they got the counter pick into it. It didn't work out. That was probably one of the biggest carries in that game. So maybe take that out. But other than that, pretty great early game, mostly off the back of Woopslol having a dominant lane. I think you got to go back to the drawing board though, as far as your side lanes, and figure out something that's give you a little bit more success and help you close it out. Because once the RTM team comp came online, didn't really matter that Syndra was like 7-1 or whatever. It just felt like every fight was unlosable for Rodham.
Apparently Duranga's power went out in between games.
Well, that could be the answer that they're looking for. He's got nice. Not my best. Not my best. Look,
Sometimes you gotta go for it, you know. 57.50 from that game. That's pretty good.
there's a
That's
reason
couple
you're
of donations.
you're the professional.
I could trademark Hammerboy Bouncy Time, but
Yeah,
that's
Hammerboy Bouncy Time. You got some other ones that come out a lot, like the Jarvan Jacuzzi. I think is a U thing.
The Suck My Dick Rocket. That's a popular one.
Yeah. Hammerboy Bouncy Time. Heard that one before. Back on a lot of my Rodham replays with Vbon as my teammate.
When you cast Vbon and Lane back to back in top lane, you have to learn some euphemisms for your Ornal. And
Figure out something to make it.
you got to break it up
more,
a little bit.
Get the heart pounding with the horn.
Let's check in on Dread really quick. Never mind, I got hit with 3 Twitch ads. That's rough.
That's how they're doing.
Yeah. That sounds terrible. Ooh. Mango chili flavored, like, alcoholic seltzer?
I don't know. It's always the most suspicious sounding beverages that end up being like not bad.
That one sounds a little more suspicious than
I've learned not to write off the really weird ones. It's the like if it's something and I know what it is and I know I don't like it, I can write it off. But that sounds wild enough, crazy enough that it just might work, you know?
Oh, okay. So we had a 15-minute delay to start the game, and we're somehow out of game 1 before Dread is. So that's nice. It's a 43-minute game right now, and Dread is down 600 gold. Imperial Gaming has Infernal Soul though, so that's a thing. What is this team comp?
Interesting.
What the fuck? How do you win with it? Okay, well.
Scram said, "We'll do draft regardless of if he's back. We don't need him for that. He barely knows words."
Yeah, does your AD carry need to know words? Like, do they need to have input? Like, give me a champion that right-clicks on him. Gotcha. I guess he played Seraphine last game. That's a little different.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to be singing and I don't know, whatever else Seraphine does. She likes to sing. That's kind of all I know.
I think that's pretty much the lore. It's just a one sentence. She likes to sing.
She loves to sing. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Alright. I wonder where the boys are. We're a little low on viewers right now. That's okay. It's a rough Friday night. Actually, yeah, the Aegis stream is pretty low on viewers too. Everybody just busy tonight, it seems like. That's okay. It's Friday night. Live your lives. Don't be like me.
Hey, I'm back.
Welcome back. We're still waiting on Duvranga. So. Oh, he just got back on.
Huge. Did they draft yet? No, nice.
Nope. They were just making sure that they had Duvranga at all. Because.
Yeah, it's true.
It'd be hard to draft for an E-sub that you didn't know you needed.
Yeah, Howard can't be E-sub, play Seraphine.
Any Seraphine enjoyers in the chat? Get in here right now.
Got nice feet.
That's the other requirement, right? We're back with game number 2 between OOGA BOOGA. I can't. I just their picture of caveman SpongeBob, and I was just like, oh man, that caveman is.
I like didn't even notice that on the stream.
Oh my god.
That's just their logo. Beautiful.
He's got nice feet. What can I say? OOGA BOOGA down 0-1. I don't know why I started it that way. Against Rodham Harvest.
Up 1-0.
Up 1-0, as it turns out. That is how the math works out, as it turns out. I'm delusional after working all week, and so is Lexus, apparently.
No, this is just normal.
We've already had a chat about Morbius. We've talked about feet. You know, we're really hitting high bars here.
Yeah, who knows what could come out in the second game.
Twitch Kled is a worthwhile ban, I think.
It's mostly same bands, except the Kled is now yucked in, so OOGA BOOGA is going to have to drop a Vigar or a Cinnabon. One of those we'll get through. See which one Harvest is a bigger fan of. Gonna be,
Senna.
or which one OOGA BOOGA is a bigger hater of is the better way to phrase it. Senna goes down. Vigar left up. It'll be interesting to see if it gets picked up by Harvest. Syndra taken away. It's going to leave Irelia open.
I don't know that you can blue one Irelia, but that is a pretty strong champion. We saw Mason had a really good game on it last night for the Platinum team.
Yeah,
Mason has just had good games every game though, so I don't know if that's saying a whole lot. But...
definitely a decent pick. It's gonna be the Seraphine locked in.
Okay, they had the plan.
They've switched it around. The flex pick of Seraphine will now be taken by OOGA BOOGA. And now it's the Millstick's turn to find an answer to that. Could be a Vigar.
Could be a Vigar, could be a Wukong.
They're listening to me or something. No, I think
could be both of them. Yeah, why not?
Wukong feels natural. No reason to stray from that. Vigar, I think you can take him, you can throw him in whichever lane Seraphine's in. And, I mean, assuming that your players all play Vigar, right? And you just get a free scale Vigar lane versus free scale Seraphine lane. Find out who's stronger later. Galio would be a pick. These are all picks that are being sat on Blue 2.
Yeah, they're definitely champions in League of Legends. Ezreal? Okay.
Yawn. But it's not Seraphine ADC, so not as Yawn. Probably Seraphine Ezreal bottom lane. If I had to guess, that seems best. It seems it's definitely your best matchup if you're looking at a Vigar bot lane. Now it should be a jungle response, probably. And honestly, I think the Volibear wouldn't be a terrible pickup. Yeah. Lock it in again.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the Volibear last game. Feels fine.
No.
I think your tier list would be Viego and Volibear, so yeah, why not?
Viego got nerfed on this patch.
Oh, he's done.
To be honest,
that's it.
I have no clue where that champion stands. Yas locked in.
All right.
So the question is it Yasuo, Vigar, who go where?
So I know which player is playing which, right?
Yeah, I know it's Oath on
It's
Yasuo.
Oath on Yasuo, and I'm pretty sure you have to announce if you're doing a role swap. So, especially between mid and AD. So I'm pretty sure that's guaranteed
Okay.
Yasuo mid. If I've read
The
the rules
Yasuo.
correctly, there might be some nuance to the rule I don't know about, cause or like you have to be in there a certain amount of time or whatever, and then they just swap anyway, cause why not? I don't
And
know.
the Yasuo, natural synergy with Wukong, right? Knockup champ for Yasuo. Kind of a classic. Sona's gonna get taken away, which is funny. Um, and it was Yasuo was also taken away in the second round of bans. So this game, with Kled taken away in the first round, this is going to be Harvest's, little R3 pickup from the second round bans. The Yasuo, saving him from that. That's going to be support and top lane left available. Anivia and Trundle are going to get banned out. I'm curious where the Trundle ban is really targeted at. Maybe they play Trundle top.
So it's definitely Trundle top, because I thought that was what I was thinking, was it was going to be a Saint Malphite R4, because that's something that he's played quite a bit and would have this synergy with your Yasuo. But yeah, good ban by OOGA.
Okay.
I don't think Metzero actually plays that champion, so I'd be really surprised to see that one locked in. But maybe he does. Maybe he's picked it up.
I don't hate it here. I don't like it as much as... No, actually, I don't hate it here. That
how about
seems
that one?
alright.
Alright.
Sure.
Metzero Blitzcrank game 2. Let's go.
Your bottom lane is Vigar Blitzcrank. Bottom lane is Vigar Blitzcrank. Seraphine mid. Okay, so this actually... Again, I mean... Oh, it's not Seraphine mid. Why do I always talk about hovers?
Yeah, I don't know.
I fall for it every time.
Every time.
Can they do something? They're freaking me out.
Galio.
What are we doing? So Blitzcrank, Vigard, not a lot of natural synergy. I mean, it's not like you hook someone, not like you're gonna hook Seraphine and then Vigard's gonna one-shot her at level 2, right?
Right.
Not terrible. I mean, they do. It's just not a lot of built-in synergy. I mean, you're just playing Vigard and Blitzcrank, and those two champions are fighting together in 2v2 bottom lane. No crazy interaction. Blitzcrank feels kind of like their natural response into Seraphine. BOOGA responds to the Blitzcrank pick by picking two characters that are pretty good at not being hook targets. I mean, realistically, the Seraphine is your best target here. There's always times when you can catch one of the tanky members out of position and lock him up and lock him down. But you have this Galio pick who's going to be really good at collapsing on that. Fiora locked in for Lil Saint.
Alright.
But Blitzcrank is a knockup champion, so maybe find some picks with Oath with that. And then Fiora's going to be locked in as the Scion counter pick. To dominate the side lane. And I think Fiora is actually really strong into this team. There's a lot of CC. It's going to be a little difficult to team fight until she's got multiple items. But she's going to win the side against Scion and Galio. Probably be able to get to a point where she can 1v2 Scion Volibear or Galio Volibear. Could be a really big thorn in the side of OOGA BOOGA. But on the other hand, have a early game focused team, right? They drafted Volibear Galio. They do have scaling in Ezreal, Seraphine, and Scion, but not quite enough, I think, to keep up with the likes of a Vigar and a Fiora. But they should be able to win out in the early skirmishes, right? Once they, it might look similar to last game. I mean, Volibear Galio is really dangerous. Oath is probably going to get camped. He may go down several times. RTM is probably going to have to give a few dragons to this team composition, I think, but once they come out with their items completed, maybe going into second items, should be feeling pretty comfortable playing the map.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I just worry. I like the idea behind the OOGA team comp, but I just wonder
Behind what?
who does the damage.
One of us is
It's me.
cutting out a little bit.
Me. Thank you, Xfinity, for dropping 155 frames. Really
Nice.
appreciate that.
What'd you say?
My concern for Ooga Booga's draft is who does the damage.
Yeah. Yep. Ezreal Copium. They've gotten. I mean, Galio Volibear are not slouches. I don't think that they have to be worried for a good chunk of the game. It's only when it gets to the late where you've got the front line, but do you have the back line? You know, and is your back line going to get killed by Yasuo Wukong or Blitzcrank hooked or something? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
And the other team has Fiora, so it's like, do you really have a front line, or are they evaporated by what I'm sure will be Lil Saint's Chinese super server Fiora combos to delete Scion in 0.6 seconds?
I really love those like Chinese TikToks. The like really silly Lee Sin ones, or like I don't know. There's a lot of creativity apparently that you can do if you have 10 people with way too much time on their hands in League of Legends.
The other day, you know, Ratchet 00, Yassine was talking in Sad Boys about how Twitch can apply contaminates or whatever his passive is called. He can apply stacks to his teammates when he gets Renato ulted.
Yeah.
And I was saying there's got to be a Chinese TikTok clip of Twitch ulting, getting Renato ulted, spraying down all 9 members, and then pressing E and executing them for the literal 1v9.
I mean, we saw last night in the Platinum game, the Elder Dragon burn with Renata ult executed 2 members of ROTM. That was pretty novel.
Oh yeah, Elder Drake is super funny if you're playing Renata. It's actually super dangerous to get because you can just, I mean, it basically just beats for a little bit. Both teams are playing around. It's as if both teams had Elder Drake for a second there because both teams can get executed.
Yeah, it was just funny. We heard like 7 of those laser sound effects play, and it's like, oh, that's too many. What happened? Okay. Yeah, some shenanigans happening for sure. We finally have finished draft number 2, but of course there's the 3-minute delay. So yeah, shoutouts to Ooga Booga again for donating for this game. I think we're at like $60. I don't know.
Something like that.
I was elected to read, not to lead, not to read.
I was elected to read.
I was elected to read. That's more than Joe Biden was. All right. Anyway.
I mean, it's well, we've already got. I think with the first game we closed in on like $1,200 total for charity.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get $1,200 more here in this game. Right here, this singular game.
That would be a pretty special game. That'd be like there's the Reddit posts about there's like 2 teams of 2 in Europe that were just griefing games by never ending them. Because they just played like super scaling champions that the other 3 people in the games couldn't kill, and then they just farm minions. It was like Nasus and Vigar on one side and Scion.
Yeah, and they were just they would just one tap A when they got on their screen, and just manage the game so that it never ended. Yeah, the post, it's like, help, I've been stuck in a game of solo queue for 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's probably what hell is like, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, that.
Or maybe you remember when there was that like Poppy bug where she could like queue in the back of the fountain and it would hit everyone on the other team at once?
Yeah.
As well as it would hit like everything at once, I should say. So Poppy, like if you look on like League of Graphs, maybe it's changed, but it used to be that all the kill records for kills in a game were like Poppy with like 500 something.
I feel like it happened to a different champion too at one point, but
Zareth. No, Zareth had one where if he shot his Q in the back of the fountain the right way, I don't remember exactly what it was, but the game would like crash.
Yeah.
Right? It would like disconnect. I don't remember if it just deleted the game or if it just disconnected everyone on the other team, or it's something very silly like that. Hopefully, our team has discovered a neat little trick that is, or maybe OOGA. I'll go with RTM though, the Homer cast. They've discovered a neat little legal loophole that allows them to develop hundreds and hundreds of kills here in this singular game, and
Yeah.
And I don't know,
We could just
money.
swap to Arium. Yeah.
money reigns. Kane W. Yeah, it was really weird. It happened with it. There were like a bunch of weird little bugs like that. It's like kind of the same thing, but with a variety of characters. Very strange.
Were you around when Old Poppy could move Baron out of the pit?
I actually was not, but I've seen the clips.
Okay. That was a good one, and then the there's a teleporting one involving. Oh, it was Darius. You could use your apprehend during teleport, and he just like pulled 5 people into the fountain. It was very fun.
I think I've seen that too.
Just classic League clips. Now that we're done reminiscing, we've loaded in. Well, we are loading in to game number 2.
The best classic clip is Lee Sin queuing, and he takes the queue and he goes flying from bot lane up to top lane, and he flies across mid lane and kicks the enemy jungler like who's just farming mid minions. It doesn't do anything or kill him or make any kind of play, but he kicks him, and you can see the other jungler's just visibly confused by what just happened. Oh,
My favorite one is the Ryze who's getting tower dove, and he teleports instead of flashes, and people just commit more to him, and they all die to the tower. Anyway, we got the 5 stack from Rod. I'm headed down mid lane right now. Shenanigans afoot because there's also a 5 stack headed toward bottom lane. Really dangerous to walk into a Scion. Really dangerous to get grabbed by Blitzcrank at level 1. So which one is going to win out? Oh no, our team spotted out. This is scary time now for Dread. For Harvest. I don't know what's happening to Dread right now.
they're pinging it. Both teams are pinging each other. I think our team's kind of sniffing out the stack because, I mean, they do have Scion Galio. And I kind of like what our team's doing because you want to look with Blitzcrank, but you kind of got lucky that the first bush you just face checked wasn't full warded. You are scared, I think, to check anymore without seeing anyone from OOGA BOOGA.
Oh, okay. Only one recall. Scion Q could hit from the top of red buff, right? Oh, there's the ward. Okay.
What I was wanting, what I was hoping I would see is for Scion to walk around into the dragon pit and channel Q. You could channel it over the wall.
Yeah.
And just slam in that bush. The rest of OOGA's right there. Galio can come flying in with the taunt. It'd be a Morbius sweep. Matsuro's doing a little trolling.
Oh, we do a little trolling. He got spot on a ward though, so this is
That's
more than a little bit. He's got a flash to get out of there.
Great trade from Oath.
Yeah, Oath trying to reverse his fortunes from last game. Saint choosing not to hit that vital. I really admire the restraint there. Maybe the vital's actually just... Oh, no, that actually is the vital. Okay. I was going to say, maybe it's just a visual bug, because normally, like, Fiora players, you see that vital and you're on that side, and you're like, I could hit Q and hit that one. And you just have to go for it. Like, there's no other option.
It's like a tick. You can't not hit it. So there's actually... It looks like Yellow Swag is just going to be going tank Scion with the grass setup. But if you ever watch the Baus streams or YouTube videos, there's like a... If Scion goes AD, he can actually kill Fiora. He just has to win the mind game on the Q channel into Riposte.
Yeah.
Which is something to look out for.
That sounds
even
like
then,
Baus.
I mean...
That's almost a perfect accent, even. You know, you really nailed that one.
A little bit of a fan. I think Yuna is, too. This is what Yuna said the other day. said he's watched enough of the BOUS videos. He can pick Scion next week.
He did pick Scion in their first week, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but now he can play it the funny way.
That's the important part. Saint, a little low here. Has to try to sustain back up. Burning a little bit. Oh, doesn't get hit by the shout. Super is just here for the flat. Yeah, that only goes one way. It's first blood for OOGA BOOGA. Yeah, you can't stay around specifically at 3 minutes and 30 seconds in top lane when you're low and pushed and don't have a ward.
Yeah, I mean, he was expecting, they were planning on Scrams being there. Just kind of forgot that Super could be there as well. Volibear has the faster clear than Wukong early. Picks up 5 camps to Scrams 4. Still able to make it the position a little easier. It's also...
The double crab. The elusive Wukong double crabbening is happening.
That's a challenge unlock. That's a challenge upgrade right there.
I don't think that matters in customs.
Yeah, it doesn't happen in customs, but you know, he's practicing.
Yeah.
For his normal draft games. The true competition on the Rift.
It's all the competition on the Rift that I play anymore, but yeah, we won't talk about that. YOLO Swag already has a Bramble Vest, so this lane is going to be miserable for approximately 10 minutes for Fiora.
Okay, there we go. Get it once.
Yeah.
That's
the confidence builder. You got to get one.
YOLO Swag navigating it pretty well up there. I mean, it's a pretty difficult matchup for Scion, but not unwinnable.
Yeah, the little lead will help him out a lot, and then you get the Ninja Tabby, and it's actually really rough for Saint to play until he starts getting some lifesteal. That's a good riposte. He's able to stay alive. Can't go back in though. I don't know what he's looking for there, but Matsuro's gonna find OOGA BOOGA doing the dragon. They got the shove in bottom lane, so they can do this.
There's no mana on Ezreal, and I think they're identifying that. Going to look for this fight.
Yeah, Matsuro's just going to walk in. Oath is only level 5, no ults, and this is just going to be a melee mess. It does get smited away by the Volibear. Heal up in top lane happens during all of this. Scram's trying to get out. Oath is just stuck in the back of the pit with 5 members of OOGA BOOGA, and it's not going to matter as he gets taken down. 2-0, the dragon, plus the top kill. It's a little rough. That's 4 for OOGA BOOGA early on.
Yeah, I mean, remember what I was saying in draft prep? I think RTM does have to give up some dragons early to OOGA BOOGA, right? I mean, Gallia Volibear's Wukong clone.
Just trying to get the 25 gold. LS would be proud of
that. Level 5 for Super versus level 4 for Scram, so a couple kills and a camp lead will do to you. Yeah, this Vigar pick, I think, is going to do a lot of work, and later in this game, Cage is going to be really hard for certain members to fight around, but at this stage, not that strong. Not good for much other than sitting bot and queuing minions. And Oath was, I think, just barely not level 6 in that fight.
Yeah.
Or maybe not barely, but he was...
well, judging by the way Whoops hit level 6 off of 1 kill, I'm going to say barely. That sounds reasonable.
Yeah, a bit close.
Yeah.
And there's also like a dragon take. I don't know. It was... The dragon was a 50-50. Does go the way of Super.
Yeah, and now you got the team building exercise of crab herding. That was actually really nice by Oath. He's showing his stuff on his favorite champion. I think it's his favorite. I'd have to ask him specifically, but he plays it a lot for it not being his favorite.
It didn't result in any return damage, but it was pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Which is an important part of Yasuo.
Yasuo is really just vibes-based economy.
What?
Yasuo is vibes-based economy. If you look good, you feel good, you play good. Yeah.
This is a kill, I think.
Yeah, Matsuro needs to find the hook. Oh, doesn't find the hook. That was a nice little sidestep by Whoops, and he's on out of there.
Yeah.
I'm curious, this is Everfrost, right? from Whoops.
Probably. I mean, yeah. With Lost Chapter, probably. Ton of CC, and it makes you're playing Predator Gallia with Everfrost, right? Your kit is basically just you're playing on easy mode at this point, right? You Predator in and taunt someone, you Everfrost them to line them up for your E knockup. Wrong gonna take a lot of damage here from Super.
Yeah, Super still has ult if he really wanted to turn off the tower and go for it. And there it is. He's got the Gallia ult in as well. Duvranga just gets eliminated. There's the tower finally re-engaging, but it's only going to shoot Whoops once, and that's another nice kill by OOGA BOOGA, taking advantage of a lane swap. I don't know what else you'd call it at this point, but
Sure, something like that. I don't know. That does seem to actually be what you would call it at this point, is a lane swap, I guess.
it does feel a little more permanent. It wasn't just like a roam down by Oath and a cover. Now it's turning into a full swap. I don't know what the call is for that. If that's just to, oh
there it
my
is.
god, the mind game, he won it into the unstoppable onslaught, and it's 6-0. You're talking about them perfect gaming. I'm gonna blame you for the caster curse. Actually, Scram's gonna get him on the board. Maybe, probably.
Hey,
No, never mind.
No.
Oh my god. YOLO Swag just hates charity, doesn't want to give away the kill. Scrams is forced to try to kite away, and Super will take him down. 7-0.
Wow. Yeah, it's a strong early game from RTM. I'm willing that the hook would have connected if the Yasuo knockup didn't hit.
He's still looking for it. He's got like 300 health, and still looking for the knockup.
It's a double exhaust bot lane, by the way. I just noticed that. Ezreal and Seraphine both have it. Wow, someone
Velos
on our
is
team
PTA.
People are going to be very... Yeah, PTA Ezreal's a little more
is that
common
like a
nowadays.
Thing? Okay.
Yeah. It's not a... Right now, the battle seems to be between PTA and First Strike.
Okay. I was going to say, I thought it was a First Strike angle, but I wasn't. I don't claim to play Summoner's Rift or have seen an Ezreal play recently.
So, YOLO Swag, performing pretty well up here, top lane, like I was saying. It's more of a... I mean, Sion is what people refer to usually as like a skill tank, where not just a big bag of meat, right? When you pilot the character well, you can actually do
our team is looking for this.
Quite a bit more.
I don't think they can actually look for this. They get the hook onto Super, but
whoa.
Yeah, Duvranga's just dead underneath tower,
Wow.
and there's nothing you can really do about that one.
8-0. BOOGA.
Yeah.
RTM.
Our team is still pressuring.
Regret to inform you, gentlemen, that this may be a charitable maneuver. Whoa! Oh. it's a charity
just a
angle.
Charity angle. Oh my god.
It's a charity angle. Or not. Oath and Matsuro might be able to slither away now.
Gets the hook. They're gonna get one kill. They're on the board. Let's go, boys. All right, 9-1.
Okay. We are allies. Let's go.
That's it's a rough one. Our team can still play this out from here. Your advantages aren't the same as your opponent's advantages, so there's still an opportunity for you to maybe get miracle thousands of gold onto Little Saint and then win the side lane anyway. But it's getting a little bleak, as strong as Sion and Volibear are right now.
And you looks like picking up the Hull Breaker, so he is going some damage. It's still common, I think, for Sion to go Hull Breaker into a full tank setup. But this means he's going to be able to, I think, menace Little Saint for quite a while longer than just a normal tank Sion would be able to, especially with the lead he's already built up for himself. I mean, it's about 40 CS and 4 KP. For a chunk on a whoop slow, hook not quite going to connect. That's that.
As many abilities as he ate, that didn't do a whole lot of damage.
Yeah. Well, POV, you are Galio, and the other team has a Vigar with Lost Chapter. You are invincible.
Oh, we're re-swapping.
Oath has returned. Oath, the only person to be coming out of landing phase, I think feeling fine. He's 0-1 and 1, right? But he's got 108 CS. He's hanging up there with Yellow Swag, the next highest in the game. So he's feeling up all right. Bot lane's about even. This little knockup. Really, your big points of weakness right now are mostly in the top lane and in the jungle, right? This Volibear has been able to get so much work done. Oh, getting scary up here for
Oh
saying
my
he's
god.
dead.
Jesus. All right. Yeah, I don't really have too much to say about that one. Matsura not quite able to find that hook. I like the look though. I still don't know that you can kill Android or Velos even if you grab them, but
No, I don't think so. Oh,
Oath is
it's
trying
probably gonna be
his
a dive
best.
down here in the bottom lane.
Yeah, I like where Super's set up. He's got the blue buff now, taking away the
They
Gromp.
can do this if they want. They'll win.
This should be a pretty clean dive. Duvranga needs to save,
Now
didn't
they're
save
really
his
gonna
cage.
win.
That's a good hook onto Velos, but it's not going to matter because Duvranga doesn't have any mana, and now he doesn't have any health, and they'll take that one up. Really nice dive, actually, from OOGA BOOGA. They're playing this game pretty cleanly.
Yep. Galio ultimate, a little bit gratuitous. It's going to open Oath up. Might be able to knock down mid lane for an objective buy. Scram's dropping Rift Herald top lane in Yellow Swag's face. I don't think he understands who he's fighting right now. Yeah, you're going to have to pop the ult, and I don't think he's... Ooh, barely scrapes away.
Objective bounties just came up, and Oath trying to fight his way out. Oh, whoops. Has the stopwatch just the last second.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I think that was Rift Herald's about to expire. I need to drop it somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I understood that. It was more about the method of... I mean, you got pretty close for that one. Oh. Super is... What's going on?
Where's his W? Just didn't have it, I guess.
There it is.
Yeah. He's trying. Oh, didn't hit the last vital. I don't know that it matters. It at least makes it look a little bit better. Saint is fine. You can't recall there, bud. Oh no, in comes the Hexgate play.
No, not the Krugs, not the Krugs.
Oh no, the Krugs!
No.
The Krug killed him before Sion even shouted it at him.
I hate that I could see the Krug kill coming. That is a heartbreaker.
Now maybe a little overextension though from OOGA. Oath is here trying to find YOLO Swag. He's got the blast cone out, but right into the grasp of Matsuro? Okay, they eventually finish this off. Shutdown goes to Oath. That's actually pretty nice. Hopefully they don't die to Zombie Scion.
I mean, you have to fight Zombie Scion for charity. Yeah, so, you know, there's been better early games.
Alright. This is a nice little chain. Whoops is in a little bit of trouble. Good block, actually, by Matsuro. And Oath is... He's got 2 kills. They're going to get the turret mid as well. It's
on the board. I think he's going his patented Kraken Slayer Yasuo.
Yeah. Matsuro thought he had that minion. Thought Oath had the minion, and then just hooked it. I like the look. Oath, I don't think actually can fight the Volibear. We were talking about how thick the Volibear was last game. He's even thicker this game. Nice double kill for Super.
Yeah, he certainly looks thick. Scram's trying to sneak away the dragon. Still gonna be the third one getting over. I mean, for a second there, it felt like things might be on the up and up, but then you remember that it's still 16-3. It's still 6,000 gold lead. 17 minutes. It's still a third dragon going to be going over, and it's Hextech Soul, which I think is a lot scarier than it was last game when you were in a down position and it was Cloud Dragon. It looks like up here. He's got about 3 times the health bar of Lil Saint.
Yeah, we called in Robot Lexus for the next little bit of the game. Yeah, just a
That's
Very
awesome.
small amount. Oh, that primordial burst! The electrocute proc wasn't quite enough to burst through the Seraphine shield, so Ezreal gets away with his life. Very sad, didn't take the $1.70 fall. Instead, we're going to look for the Volibear again. Super again.
That's 1,000 gold.
Mega thick. It is 1,000 gold. Doesn't get the ult, but has the little dash through. There's the 1,000 gold shutdown. Whoops. That was kind of a strange little interaction. Oath picks up 2 more kills. He's got 4 now. That's pretty good. Scrams and Saint trying to deal with this Scion. He drifted just enough.
Oh.
Tokyo Drift. Got him on out of there. Do they have the damage now to actually finish him off? I don't know that you can... Do they have the damage?
Yeah.
Okay, eventually. Do they die to Zombie Scion? Maybe that's another question that we need to ask ourselves.
Maybe. Probably not.
Okay. They're fine.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Tower in the bottom lane goes down as well, so... Oath making good things happen. Now finally a shutdown going to Scrams as well, trying to get anybody on this top side of the map back into the game, because it's still a long road back before YOLO Swag FTWR gets back in. I still don't... What is the R for? That never got decided. Is it just the start of the next word that got cut off? Is it...
I do not know.
Okay.
If
you don't know, then...
If I recall, no. So I've seen this guy before on the gold team that I coached last spring when I was doing tryouts. He was there, and he actually had another account that was like similarly named, I think, but with like a different letter.
Okay.
If that makes so like.
It's just like a shtick. Okay. I can buy that. It's just like naming yourself after a car. Also, there's a Lexus Coach Gold team, and I didn't get to try out for it. That's a little disappointing to hear.
There is?
There was, apparently.
Oh, yeah. It was for whatever reason, it was not... It was because I have
Saint,
not done
can he
any
get
coaching.
the proc? Oh. Couldn't quite get the last proc. Can they take down Scion is the question that we continually ask ourselves on this channel. The answer this time looks to be maybe? No? Alright, yeah. OOGA BOOGA's going to start up Baron during all of this.
Oh no.
Duvranga has AoE magic damage, which we've talked about going into the pit. Gets 3 stuns. Going to take down Ezreal. That's a good start. Scrams is here to look for the Cyclone. I don't know that you look for the full fight. I think that one pick was about as good as you're going to get. Yeah, and the Baron didn't even deleash. OOGA BOOGA back on it. It's Matsuro time. Are we getting the big hook steal? Big hook steal.
It might be time to make a charitable donation.
Oh, well, he would have been pretty close.
Oh, he actually
I don't think
gets
close enough.
Never mind.
No, he got nothing.
Well, that I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's the Morbius sweep right there.
The big analysis that you pay me for, that was not great for our TM. Getting 1v3'd by Scion, I think, is not a part of the win condition, and yeah, I don't know. They're gonna need a miracle, I think, to come back in this game. Baron going down, seeing Hex take Drake up in a minute. That's gonna be Soul. Oath going in.
Oath is looking for the miracle. He's gonna get the pick onto Seraphine to start it off. What does he have now? Trying to dash to Velos. Doesn't get the last auto. The ignite is enough. There it is.
Okay.
Okay. Oath is a threat.
Problem is, I think the remaining members of OOGA BOOGA can. I was gonna say they can still 3v4 at Dragon, but Whoops Lol has no intention of pulling up.
So
I mean, YOLO Swag can probably 1v3 this.
Can these 3 members kill Scion? They don't need to. He's got the drip. Oh! Can they 1v4 Scion? Here's Saint.
Oh?
Oh my god. That's a tank, by the way.
No.
Saint just dies to these minions. I don't know that he knows that he dies to the minions, but he does. Super.
Uh-oh.
Oh my god. I don't even know how to announce this fight. Scrams is very dead. He's separated from everyone else. He's gonna get. I don't know why I tried predicting. He's fine. The Seraphine ult just clips Saint. He gets a good riposte. He's actually fine. Scrams is just running away. There's no damage that's actually happening, so there's not like any positive ground being gained. Velos is going to come over and pick up his 4th kill. Tidy. Uh, it's 24-9 in total kills. RTM struggling a bit for game number 2. OOGA BOOGA had a really good early game, and they've continued to have a good mid game. Saint gets a riposte, but it doesn't riposte all of that CC, unfortunately. I kind of like this trade. I guess I don't. It's a Hextech Soul for the tower.
Yeah.
If it were just a dragon, I could see it, but the Soul feels a
Oh,
little bad.
I mean, it's difficult to get trades you like at
Yeah.
this point in the game. Oh, this may not be a trade they like. Run Blitzcrank. Yeah, they're out.
I can relate to Blitzcrank pretty hard. You can run really fast for like a short amount of time, but then you got to recharge and you run slower than normal. And take that.
Yeah. So, sorry, I just gonna let that one simmer.
That's fair.
Hextech Soul.
Hextech Soul
It,
is already
so
being shown.
none of the-
Oh, Oath can't hit that. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Brother Oath. None of the souls, if you look up their win rates, I mean, they all have a high win rate, and you can make the little, well, the team that's winning is more likely to get soul, blah, blah. But none of them have like an extremely high win rate compared to any of the other souls. It's all within like 1 or 2% of each other. But this one is the most annoying.
Yeah.
By far. Oh, Scrams.
Brother Scrams. That's one of his accounts. I shouldn't. Yeah, 27-9. That's a 3 touchdown lead. That's not how that math works out. I don't know. It's a couple of points. Charm's gonna land onto Duvranga, and now it's 28-9. They're still trying to chase Scion down in the top lane, but now gets the Galio ult on top. The Grand Entrance just eliminates Saint, and
Well.
Oh. Sometimes it's not your game, and you gotta go back to the drawing board.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still looking for it. I appreciate that.
There's still a chance for charity, you know.
Yeah. YOLO Swag dominating. Hook lands onto Whoops. Super now headed on in, zipping in, looking for Matsuro. Scram's trying to defend him. Can they at least get the kill on Whoops? That's an important benchmark. And no, is the answer. There's no one left alive now for ROTM. It's the Bud Light Ace, and now Duvraga's up to presumably feed more kills into OOGA BOOGA. Luckily, Harvest doesn't seem like they care about their stats as much, because this is one of those games that just kills all of your individual stats for everybody.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, honestly, at this point, why would you care about your... it is a game about your stats. It is a... What's one more death to the pile, you know?
Well, it's one you gotta make up with... It's one with you gotta make up with kills later for your KD, you know?
Yeah. They will.
Because that's what matters.
Yeah.
Play any Call of Duty lobby. As long as you're over 1 KD, you participated in the game and we're good, right?
Fortunately, when OOGA BOOGA starts their game-ending push, right, there's so much of the base still left for RTM. They hadn't actually been able to get many of those towers down outside of Scion's pushing in the top lane, right? So, gonna take a little while to push it all down. Baron coming up soon. That should be the real end of the game. Blue buff gets handed off to Scion, and why wouldn't it? He's sitting on he's got a Titanic Hydra now. That's what he took blue and Gromp and Scuttlecrab for. It's probably a Scion 1v5 if I had to call the shots around here.
I do kind of want to see the Scion pentakill. That would be novel.
Yeah, that would be money. I don't mean that as like some hip slang. That would be money donated. There's pentakill bonuses. Let's see it.
Unfortunately, I think Radam's only donating for our pentakills, but, you know, maybe
well,
we can convince people to chip in something.
that's a fair point that they're not. You know,
All right.
I understand not hyping your team up to get pentakilled. I guess.
Yeah. They hook Volley Bear over, but there's still 7,000 health left on this Baron.
Oh
Scramps
my.
is in the pit. This is a little early. They don't have Fiora or Vigar, but you still have an opportunity to go back over now. All right, this is the Matsuro hook. The last one was fake. This one is the Matsuro hook of destiny. He's not even going for it. I'm
They're
so
they're
disappointed.
not even giving him the chance.
Oh, all right. Very sad. Um, there's a bunch of fireworks going off, and I don't know why. I don't know what happened. There's a tower also exploding.
It's getting to that time, that fireworky time of year.
Yeah, but you're still like a week
Hey,
off.
I didn't say it made sense. I'm just saying it's getting there.
Over a week. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. People historically don't celebrate the 4th of July in ways that make that much sense.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta blow off your own hand in celebration.
Yeah. This should be the end of the game. I mean, BOOGA BOOGA should be able to just walk up here with their Scion and end the game. I don't know how our team could stop this.
Yeah.
I think they could hit a 5-man Wukong Yasuo combo, and the fight would still go in OOGA BOOGA's favor.
Yeah, you might kill Seraphine, maybe Ezreal. That's probably it. Anyway, now there's no towers, and
Oh,
Ooga
they get
Booga
the double.
just oogin' and boogin' their way on in. Big Seraphine charm, looking for a couple of extra kills on the doorsteps of the base. They'll get 1, they'll get 2, they'll get 3. It's all getting split amongst people, so a little bit of a
Come on,
mess.
Duvranga, the charity.
Duvranga,
The charity.
oh my god. That's a good
Think of
chunk.
the charity, BOOGA.
I think he's trying to get them to dive tower for the opposite
Oh,
charity.
for more true,
Yeah.
True.
37-9 is the final kill count. Ooga Booga kind of ran over that one. I don't know that there's a huge amount more analysis to do. That was kind of a little bit of a snoozer of a game, but now it sets up for a potential banger game 3.
Yeah, all I see is 46 kills worth of charitable donations.
True.
Who won? Couldn't tell. Could have been anyone. But now, definitely back to the drawing board a little bit. Oh.
Same. Hard agree.
That one. it just kept happening.
Already got sent the draft links. I should probably put those in.
I was thinking about what if we they came out here in Game 3 and gave us like an LCK style 25-minute first blood into game ending 30 seconds later.
Banger.
It reminded me of there was it was like a couple of years ago, before pandemic, where Steph Curry was shooting half-court shots for charity. It was like for kids with cancer or something, raise money, and he just missed them all. Just did not make a single one. That was for a little while people were saying that Steph Curry is on the cancer side. He's against children.
Yeah, that seems fair after that.
Yeah, I mean,
I just love there's the like Kanye West played against Make-A-Wish children in a basketball game, scored 148 points. Like, yeah, that tracks.
yeah, I believe you said it was real.
Maybe it is.
Spec-
Who knows?
Wait, I just clicked the spectator link when they posted it. No, you already sent it to me.
It's hopefully the same link.
It's the same link. Time for my shop command.
Some interesting thing happening in the Rodham Dread game. Nico is apparently a priority pick in this series, so anyone who had that one on their list, just cross that one out.
Makes sense. Why wouldn't you be?
Also, if you had the Monlower 7 and 2 top lane Rost on your list as well, just check that one out.
Yo, what? Hey, why do our teams are doing some really epic drafts? We had Tark jungle, we had Kane top.
You know, sometimes you just gotta pull it out.
Kane lane, not as bad as they say. That's what I'll say. I mean, if you're an LS tier list person, you are expected to believe that Kane is like better top than Olaf, which is a suspicious claim, but he's really not as bad as people say in a lane.
Yeah, the Kane in Spain should be mainly played in top lane, something like that.
What?
Don't make me repeat it. It wasn't good the first time. It's not going to be better the second time. It's apparently a whole team piss angle from OOGA BOOGA. Always quality updates in the pre-match chat.
Also, where's your guys' pride icons? All Scrap said in response to, I guess he was talking about the whole team piss. Because what I read it as is, Vela says, "Where's your guys' pride icon?" And Scram said, "No worries."
True.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Scrim somehow convinced Vaughn that his Kraken Slayer Nocturne is actually a thing. So,
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear from Vaughn about Taric Jungle.
Curious if that sounds like one of those things where it's like maybe less of convinced and more of decided it was like, you know what, it doesn't matter. You know, you if you're doing coaching, you got to pick your hills to die on sometimes.
No, it's a convinced angle. He sent the GIF. I'll have to find it.
Can't be. Where's Vaughn? This can't be true.
Yeah. Here, this. Here you go.
I
This is what happened. Scram's brain rotted me, and I'm now convinced unequivocally that Kraken Slayer Nocturne is the greatest invention known to man, and it should be built every game, 0 questions asked, with the Avatar 2 GIF. So,
I
you know,
I feel like that is.
when he sends the Avatar 2 gift, you know that it's real.
No, I feel like he must be doing a little joking thing. Maybe not. Yeah, I didn't know Tendies was on Pro Storm.
Yeah, that team is gonna be banger.
Yeah, it truly looks like it. I just saw their post match and another standard Tendies 2 experience of 17-4 Aatrox game.
Where is that?
I don't know where it is. Sander just lost in rotation posted in another server
Oh, in another
an hour
server.
ago.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you've got. It's already a banger because you got Tendies, Miggy, and Boar, but then you have Lost juggling for him. Like, it doesn't even matter who the support is. You can't rein that much in.
Yeah.
Anyway, Game 3 draft has started. Rodham on the blue side for game number 3. OOGA BOOGA Gaming on the red side. Irelia, Vi, Twitch, Kled.
If we stay to form, this is where we would see a Gangplank ban. I would like to see Volibear ban, but maybe we won't. I would like to see a Volibear. Actually, that's not true. I would not like to see a Volibear first pick. I think that there's things you can pick into it, but
Yeah, I was gonna say the Seraphine felt like it'd be good if it was left up, but it's gone. So Senna becomes maybe your de facto. Yeah.
Senna finally gets through. So OOGA BOOGA took away Kled from RTM's game 1 draft. They banned that in the second game, and they first picked Seraphine. Now they don't have the first pick available, so they're going to take Seraphine off the table as well. Senna finally going to get through. They probably also they banned Vygar game 1. They might have played that game out and decided that they're not that worried about the Vygar bot lane experience. Ezreal locked in again. Feels fine.
Yeah. No notes about that bottom lane from last game. It was. Yeah, and that's just the same champion but purple.
Yeah.
Cool. We're really
Goatier.
doing it. Slightly goatier. That's true.
Yeah. So I would say quite a bit goatier actually. I had to. When you said that, I was like, what was their last? It was Seraphine. Seems I mean, considering Seraphine is really not goaty.
Oh. All right, Soigné. In a Mumu?
Soigné, Yeast,
All
Mugus.
That's
Mugus.
that's the mushroom Pokemon, right? It's a Mungus.
That's a Mungus.
Oh, it's a Mungus. Oh no.
A Mungus. There's an N in there. And Volibear locked in. Because sure, might as well.
Yeah.
So I'm curious. So there's a lot of ways that Rodham could actually shake this out. They could be running like Swain Senna. Amumu got buffs as a support this patch, so maybe it's the absolutely go dummy hard legendary Senna Amumu bot with farming Amumu.
Yeah.
Um,
Pitch me on. You don't have to pitch me on that one.
I think I've made my pitch. Amumu goes bottom and he farms. Boom. He has a Senna, so it works. And then Swain could also go to a lane, and then Amumu goes jungle, and then you draft a partner on 4 or 5 for Senna. Trundle taken away, Sona taken away, Malphite going to be gone again, and that's going to be Scion removed off the table, which I think feels fair after what you just played against.
Yeah. The Scion experience definitely happened up in top lane, and probably shouldn't return to a theater. Wasn't the most thrilling, but got the job done.
Mhm.
It got more than the job done. It was a very good performance by Yoliswag. Don't let me undersell that one. Cho'Gath is locked in.
Yep. And I think yeah, yo. The charity pick right there, Demo. Well, I think Cho'Gath feels pretty good.
Yeah.
Feels fine enough blind. Not crazy, but
It's hard because normally you'd want to play him into tankier champions, and you took most of them off the table. But Set going to be the lock-in. That's an interesting thought. No, never mind. It's not interesting anymore. There's a Vel'Koz. Okay.
hey, it still could be. You could still run like a Swain top,
I guess
Vel'Koz
that's true.
Senna, or Vel'Koz mid, Set Senna.
So Set, Oath played on my team last split and played like nothing but Set, but he was the top laner, so it was more acceptable. So I didn't know if that was
Sure.
just like
that doesn't make
comfort
sense.
weird mid pick, but
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure he's the Vel'Koz player, which makes it Senna bottom. Not to give away too much, there's the Galio again. Okay, we're just gonna run back 3 chonky
Yeah.
boys and Ezreal.
I mean, if it worked for you last game, why tweak it too much? You know. I think honestly, you could probably have just slammed Galio on 4 and gotten a counter pick Cho'Gath, because I don't know how crazy Galio goes as your R5 pick. But no, I mean, I think for OOGA BOOGA, you feel good. You got something very similar to what you just stomped with in the game prior. And there's our RTM. You've got something totally different, just absolutely not remotely what you've played in these last few games. So Senna, Swain, presumably, the Mumu, the wild card pick, Set, counter into Cho'Gath. It's actually not as strong of a counter pick lane as someone might think. It's actually very, very manageable for Cho'Gath. But you know, you're playing for the team fights where you drop the big beat boy on the I don't know, on the Soraka, I guess. Vel'Koz, if he doesn't get totally backed out of the fight by the likes of Galio, Cho'Gath, and Volibear, well, if he doesn't, I'll just say if he doesn't get backed out of the fight, if he's positioned well enough, he can get a ton of damage off against this team. So, should be interesting.
Well, we're into second draft. Thanks guys for somehow putting up with us for 2 hours and 1 minute. Yeah, we got game 3 here. Dread just finished off their game 2, so they're headed to game 3 as well. They're a little bit behind us though, so probably after this game we'll go pop over to the Aegis channel and see how Dread's doing. Also, an update for me and only me. The Tampa Bay Lightning are up 2-1 on the Colorado Avalanche in Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final.
Okay. Huge.
Huge. My team could win the Stanley Cup tonight. That's all I'm saying. My second team, I guess. My hometown
That's
team. It's big.
That's hockey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Accurately
Love that for
identified.
you. Yeah, I'm a bit
It's
of
big
a
for
hockey guy.
so like I don't know. I'm a pretty big sports fan, and none of my teams ever win anything. So actually, kind of cool. They're the only team that I really like that has ever won anything. About to win their third
Nice.
cup, hopefully. Fingers crossed. They got to close it out still, but you know,
This could be the jinx that breaks the camel's back.
it really could be.
Live on Millsticks GG.
If the Lightning come back from 3-1, that's a pretty legendary collapse. So let's go. Then we get to be parts of memes for forever. Be right
Yeah.
up there with the Falcons blowing the 28-7 lead in the Super Bowl. 28-3
man.
lead, excuse me.
I mean, the barrel one would be like the Warriors 3-1 lead, right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
happened.
That one got thrown in there.
I think that was the same season as the charity shots we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. That sounds about right. The Warriors just a struggling franchise. Really feel bad for them after being part of that.
Yeah. They are. They've had it's the hardest road to the championship for them according to Kevin Durant. So
I don't know if you're aware, we originally competed in Get Wrecked under the name The Hardest Road, with Winged photoshopped onto Kevin Durant's body.
that's good.
With Hulk and Winged. That's
Vintage.
vintage.
Lord.
Shout out to Toe Knuckles. He had to put up with our shit that season. Anyway, I just saw him in chat. This is big convergence of memes. But yeah, we finished second draft. So we'll get into game 3 before too long. It's 1-1. Yeah, our team picked a completely different comp. Oath on something a little bit safer than he's been on in the first 2 games, and we'll see how that pans out for him. Yeah, do you feel like our team has enough damage to chew through the 3 beefy boys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they have quite a bit more. Wait, let me make sure I'm not. Yeah, I think they have quite a bit more damage this game than they did last game.
Okay.
Especially the kind of sustained damage that you're looking for to eat through Volibear, Cho'Gath, Galio, right? I mean, you still have to deal with Soraka heals, but you have the Swain, you have the Senna, you have the Vel'Koz, and then you have a Set who, has the nice true damage chunk as well as the percent health on the ult. A Mumu really good at softening up these characters for his Swain and his Vel'Koz. So I think that RTM's comp is going to be a lot better at fighting back. I think that your issue still is going to be in kind of the early game, this team comp, where your mid jungle combo is a Vel'Koz, the other team's is Volibear Galio, right? You have to find a way to put the clamps on the Volibear and the Galio in order to really get a foothold in this game. Otherwise, they'll just be running around tower diving people with their ults and their Predator, and could get out of hand for RTM. There's also, I mean, there were a couple times in lanes where OOGA was just winning the fights outright. And we talk about top lane winning the mind game, and the little things like that add up over the course of the game. So hopefully our team can get some more of those things to go their way here in game 3.
I heard you finish up your analysis, and then I looked at the clock, and I was like, oh, we got to be close. No, there's still a minute and a half.
Yeah.
This is the rough life. Can't just jump into another game for a little bit this time.
I mean, it's always. I can't say anything else about. I talked about RTM's team, then OOGA BOOGA's team. It's like we saw it already, pretty much.
Yeah.
They're meat wall. It's an annoying ass bot lane. I don't know. I actually, I'll wait. I only have a minute. I was gonna say I left a case of Dr. Pepper in my car earlier today, and I only realized it because I was wanting one now. But I'll have to wait.
Yeah, you gotta get all of those 23 flavors out in the sun. So that was weird. They had like a Dr. Pepper dark berry flavored. Like they're adding a 24th flavor. That just seems like a little too much, honestly.
24 flavors.
Yeah.
Hold on. That wasn't in the agreement.
I mean, if it's not, are they taking one of the other flavors out to make room for the
not.
berry?
Surely not, right? I mean, if you take out one flavor, then the other 22 are going to collapse. It's like a house of cards. All the flavors are existing in perfect balance and harmony. Maybe what was it? Dark berry?
Yeah.
Maybe that was always a. Maybe that was always a flavor, and now they're. What if they did that? They just said, now with dark berry, and then they released it as just the same.
What do you think
It's
a dark?
one of the 23.
Which berry specifically is a dark one? Like, is
Sounds
that
like
a blackberry?
A
Is that
blackberry, raspberry, blueberry combination. Those are generally dark
Is-
berries, I think.
Then what's a light berry? Like an orange? Like What are you gonna sell me on?
I don't know. Maybe there's a reason they didn't add the light berry flavor.
Uh, we're on to Summoner's Rift. I Somebody posted it in the chat. Is this related? What if it's always just
Yeah.
one flavor and they're just fans of MJ? Hmm.
Not the least plausible thing I've ever heard. It's Grams. Look at the movement.
Yeah, he's really hitting him with it.
The
He's hitting him
APM
with
on
this
this guy.
movement. Oh my god. Whoops is impressed. You can tell.
Damn, that Moo skin sucks. It's just regular Moo, but he looks like he's like balding. It's like his regular Moo, but he had a nice full head of hair, and now it's falling out.
I think that's why Scrams picks it, is because it's bad.
Yeah, I
Oath
feel that.
hopefully gets to mid lane. Okay, yeah, he's on the way. Um, yeah. So bot side starts for both junglers. Scrams is doing leashless raptors, and Super's getting his blue buff and his Legromp at the same time.
Yeah. At least just Raptors feels pretty good for a Moo. I mean, he basically can't, so. Saint trading a bit heavy. He should hit level 2 here.
Yeah,
soon, right?
He's got the OP.
Oh wait, I forgot they were still in the first wave. I thought he was like gonna hit 2 off that wave.
Yeah.
Oops, pops the Predator for a little extra damage.
Yeah,
Now he
Whoops
comes down
is...
from Oath. Oh.
There's some things happening in this game. Saint is just knocked up. I guess he got his W. Now he's got to retreat.
I guess he's fine. We're not watching him.
He needs to
doesn't
use
look
his OP set regen, but there's the flash from YOLO Swag. Has the E up, and it's enough for first blood. All 3 games first blood for YOLO Swag in the top lane.
Yeah. Having a great series. Definitely getting the better of Saint, I think, in most of these lanes. I mean, actually, that's not true. In game 1, he did end up getting a bit worked, but Saint off Kled struggling right into Yellow Swag.
Yeah, I think it's just...
both these last 2 games too, right?
Yeah, Saint just needs to be a little bit more patient. I mean, that's not really his MO, but
yeah, he is.
You can take these trades, but then you have to let the passive grit regen do its thing.
Maybe he was wondering why Set didn't remount halfway through that fight.
Honestly, a fair wonder, really. Matsuro's doing the farming in the bottom lane, so you have the farming Swain, the faming Swan, something like that. With the Senna.
Yeah, the Swain Senna holding it down pretty well. Got some nice pressure advantage here at the end of Ezreal Soraka, as you should have seen. That every time we look down here, it looks like they're connecting the E, and there's another one. That's gonna be a flash.
Yeah, flash, and actually just a straight kill. Matsuro able to take that one down with the ignite, and that looks really good. The early pressure from the Swenna lane is paying. I just made that one up.
Swenna?
Do you like Swenna or do you like just Sane, I guess?
Well, Swenna's definitely better.
Yeah, Swenna.
Those are my 2 options.
Better. Yeah. Because you have to mix the names together, but it doesn't. It's not great the other way. There's just too many E's. Yeah, Swenna. I like that.
You can go with more like a Sean, you know?
Oh, true. I don't know that really conveys that it's Senna and Swain together.
Yeah, but oh, Whoops Lol lives up to his name, I think. A little whoopsie.
A little
goes down to a Buckles Q.
A little silly moment there in the mid lane. That cut to just like the briefest second. I actually didn't catch it because I had looked away at chat for a second.
Popped in and died to 1 Q. That feels pretty good, I think, if you're Oath.
Yeah, I think that's his first real solo kill of the series, so yeah, probably a big confidence booster for him.
He said that, and because I remembered last game, and then I was like, really, his first? And I thought about game 1 again, and yeah, that does check out.
Yeah, he got really close last game. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think he actually finished one off. That's really interesting.
Dragon.
He's got the relic shield on Senna. Or on Soraka, the goat one with the maid outfit right now. Scram's just gonna walk in and see them doing dragon, but there's no way he can contest this right now, right? He's still gonna go and contest it. Why not? What a man!
He's such a madman.
Over the life form disintegration ray, Android's gonna die. Scrams is exhausted now, trying to get into the back of the pit. It's smited away by Super as he just stayed on the dragon. He'll fall in the process, but stayed in and got the dragon.
Nice look.
Yeah.
Oh, that zero flashes just out of the corner of my screen. I don't know how far your zoom is right now, but flash for flash on Velos and Matsuro there at the end of that.
Yeah, an Oath.
Could be a nice
still
trade for
pressuring Whoops here, but Scrams gonna hit the bandage toss from out screen. The ignite is enough.
Aegis! Oh, Scrams is among us. It's really nice for RTM. So Super's been really on top of these smite fights all series long. Every time they get in the pit in the 50-50, he's come out on top. But it's 5-1 now. It's about a 2k gold lead. Your Vel'Koz is 2-2. Your Sean lane is now comfortably in a winning position with the kill and assist on both characters. And your Mumu likes to looks like that, where he can kind of get over the hump on... he definitely has an early deficit against Volibear, the character. So being able to get a nice team fight like that this early in the game is really going to help him fast forward to the part of the game where he can go in, use the Curse of the Sad Mummy, and lock everyone down. So I think losing the dragon, Ocean Drake is a pretty good dragon in the early lane phase, but RTM not going to be too disappointed with what they've given up.
Yeah, and later on you have things like Curse of the Sad Disintegration Ray, Curse of the Sad
Curse of the Sad Sean.
Curse of the Sad Sean.
Yes, no, maybe so. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know about the ignite on Vel'Koz. That is a question. Sometimes you gotta though.
Yeah, I saw that and I figured, who am I to question another man's tech choice? I think is absolutely. Oh, this is probably a dead Saint.
Oh, actually, the silence was enough to buy him. Yeah, I figured we'd see the set ult and it might get turned around because I thought he still had W up, but I guess he didn't.
I don't think his W is quite up. He used it in a trade a little bit ago. So, not quite patient enough to cool down. Yellow swag spots there. Cleans up a second solo kill for himself. Looks like he's going Everfrost Cho'Gath, I think. So it's going to be really annoying for RTM, the double Everfrost deal with. Super is going to have to flash out here, I think. Maybe he's got a Galio ult over the top.
Yeah, he's got a Galio ult. He's got Cho'Gath coming in. Lifeform Disintegration Ray going to not quite finish off Super. They actually kill a Mumu first. Now Oath is in a lot of trouble walking forward. Just doesn't have the damage to really push through. And without set there, it's not good. But in the bottom lane, Duvrang and Matsuro looking much stronger. Get the kill on Android, and Velos has to just kite away. So they're really picking on the Soraka right now. 3 deaths on the Soraka, I guess I should say. Saint still has ult. He could kind of make something happen if he can catch anyone. Oh, does get the max range pull back. Now the ult. What does he have left? There's the W. Got the kill, and Super will trade that one out. Yeah.
Yeah, it gets the flash Super, which probably was not needed, but gets it out, so we take those. Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean they had the numbers disadvantage. Galio allows him to join the fight in a timely manner, and Super came so close to going down. I don't know if Ignite or if Oath had his Ignite up, or if he did. If he did, he didn't use it in that fight, right?
Yeah.
But he smites the Rift Herald for HP, and once he gets out the CC chain, and then levels up off of Scram's kill, so barely makes it out alive.
YOLO swag is really punishing Saint up in the top lane right now. That's not looking super fun for the set.
And this is what I was saying. It's this is not necessarily a counter matchup for Set. It's not a. I think it's quite a pretty easy lane for Cho'Gath, unless unless you misplay somehow. If set gets ahead, obviously each comes and punches your lights out, but
Yeah, every time he walks up, he's just eating those W's from YOLO Swag, and then you can't, activate your own W to get the shield. Meanwhile, mid lane, though, going a little bit better for ROTM. They burned both ults, but they'll go ahead and take down Whoops and transition that maybe into their second... Well, actually, it's their first dragon. They didn't get that first one. A little root over the wall from Duvranga into some extra damage. That's an annoying amount of poke that can just kind of happen to you.
yeah, that was interactable, I think, for the bot lane of BOOGA BOOGA. Yo, so probably looks for a solo kill here. He's gonna find it.
Yeah. Just hit the R and clicked on him, and that's all the outplay potential that you need. Dragon does go the way of our TM,
Super.
so they're on the board. Super maybe in a little bit of trouble. He's not too thick that time to get over the wall.
The bandage toss was a little sus for the Amogus. Super gets out, burns the ultimate. Nothing gonna come of it. He has Rift Herald. It looks like he wants to drop it down here for his Ezreal lane. Don't know how easy Duvranga and Matsuri are gonna make that. They both have their ult available. Now no ult on Super.
Yeah, a lot of healing though, pumping out of Android. Still relatively healthy on the Soraka. So in comes Shelly to try to crash into the tower. Duvranga and Matsuro just trying to absorb this pressure as best they can right now. Scrams is on his way, it looks like. Just a little bit on the way.
Yeah, hovering down in case OOGA BOOGA decides to push the issue. Don't think they will.
Oh, he's going to walk in.
Going to be...
This is pretty enterprising. Yeah, he's going to see both of them on this ward now.
And he waddled away. Waddle. It also looks like Scrams is double dipping, going for maybe a Demonic Embrace first item after picking up the Balmy Cinder. It's going to set him back a little bit on his itemization, but if he's able to pick that up here before the third Drake comes around, then honestly shouldn't be feeling too much worse for wear.
Yeah.
Other than that,
I'm just
right.
looking over some of these items. There's nothing super exciting really happening. Kind of interesting. Duvranga's skipping his... normally on the Fasting Senna, you'll go Umbral Glaive first, but didn't opt for that. Instead, it looks like he's headed straight for a Kraken.
He's going for kind of a more traditional Senna build, looking for Kraken Slayer to deal with this Cho'Gath, Volibear, and Galio frontline. I actually think that with the way Senna scales, you get a very comparable amount of damage for cheaper, just going the Eclipse, and Umbral Glaive, or Umbral Glaive into Eclipse, I guess is the normal build, but it doesn't feel terrible, I think.
Oath went Ludens. Do you not want the Andrews?
I think it's because his Swain already has the Andrews, so he doesn't want to double dip.
Well, okay. No, that's fair.
It's going to be a solo kill. Sad Mummy cannot do this.
Yeah, they can't walk up to this Cho'Gath, and they attempted to walk up to the Cho'Gath.
Yeah. That is a certified Cho'Gath moment. Oath is not respecting Loopslow. You're not up that much on him. You can go for a look here.
Yeah, with
Super
in his pocket, stopped for a second on that ward, but he's fine. He gets in. Another kill for OOGA BOOGA, 8-8. Gold count is entirely even. We have a completely new ball game. It's not new at all because you have advantages in different lanes, but you know.
We have a ball game.
We have there's no ball. There's no Syndra this time.
We have a game.
We have game.
They are playing League of Legends. So yeah, I think it's... I mean, you see there's points of strength and weakness on both teams. Bottom lane looking stronger for RTM. Top lane looking a lot stronger for OOGA BOOGA. It's going to be a nice punish on the Velos.
Good pullback onto Velos. Matsuro takes him down. Android has to flash out. Matsuro with the flash to follow hits another E and gets the double kill in the bottom lane. Nicely done by Duvranga and Matsuro. Meanwhile, Goon Squad rolls through mid lane, takes down the tower. Saint is dead again. It'd be like that sometimes. Scrams has to try to get away, but Whoops and Super are doing the thing where they group up and they do the thing. So we're still even,
Yeah.
10 to 10.
A really enterprising Rift Herald, I think, if you're Scrams. Your top laner is in the midst of getting solo killed for about the 6th time, and your mid laner is Vel'Koz. And he went for the little purple guy. That's okay. Doesn't work out. Doesn't cost him his flash or his ultimate or anything that's going to be important if they choose to fight this dragon. But
Background dog toy? Yeah. It's the real star of the show. The dog might be the star of the show here in a second.
And Scrabs turned it around. He is, in fact, going to finish Sunfire. Conveniently has a combined cost of 800, which really makes you think when you're looking at this blasting one in the inventory. Oath is baiting something?
Baiting?
Right?
I'm not really sure. The teleport from Cho'Gath is going to be something that they'll need to deal with, but Super's down first. Matsuro just trying to kite back, but YOLO Swag, FTWR, is collapsing. We're going to watch Matsuro just fight people, though. Respectable. I don't think he can finish this one off. YOLO Swag's pretty low. Actually, he got the detonation. That's actually enough. They do get the shutdown. Velos has to try to run. Scrams doesn't have a bandage toss to chase him down, but Duvranga, Oath, and Scrams survive the fight. Velos can't really get in. Really can't walk up. Is the damage enough? Ooh. Not quite enough to finish off Velos.
Soraka saves him.
Yeah, Soraka...
There's a heal in the middle of that.
Is pretty good, as it turns out.
Oh.
Oath is still looking for more. He doesn't have the most damage right now, but respectably just shooting out those plasma fissions. Dragon goes to ROTM. Mountain Dragon would do wonders toward helping them survive against the beef combo.
It's a relatively low damage team in the mid to later stages, right? Not no damage, but just lower damage. So every Mountain Dragon that you pick up is going to make you a noticeable amount tankier against the damage coming out of them. You already saw, I mean, large part due to the stopwatch, Matsuro able to soak up the attention of 3 or 4 members of that fight. YOLO Swag not able without his... I don't think he had his flash available. Maybe he did. I think he did, but he still wasn't able to get in and find an assassination onto anyone in that team fight. And it's what is it? It was a RTM got 2 for 1 without Saint ever being involved in the team fight.
Yep.
I don't.
He's trying to bait for Matsuro to come in. Duvranga's around the side as well. Already the ult being used. That might be the big turning point, but Matsuro's still just trying to scrap it out with the Cho'Gath. Teleport coming in as Whoops. There's really nowhere for Matsuro to go, so he's going to fall. And again, the Cho'Gath is just such an issue for RTM to deal with.
Yeah, seems like we are doing a little bit of tilt fighting against this Cho'Gath. He is about the only way that OOGA BOOGA could win this game, and we just keep taking it to him, right?
Yeah.
Scrams hasn't recalled.
Yeah, Sheila gets dropped. Big Curse of the Sad Mummy, but there's just no follow-up. They'll shut off the tower, get the Galio ult on top. Saint just trying to set the front line, but it's not really working out for him so far. Good stopwatch from Whoops just to buy some time. Duvranga trying to turn, just get the damage in on the Senna. Matsuro's now able to rejoin the fight. Can they track down any of these kills? They lost their inhibitor turret, but can they get a little bit more on the end of that one? Oath gets knocked up. Saint can't quite get in range, now has a little speed boost. YOLO Swag has to dip around the Swain Eye of Sauron ability.
They want it so bad.
They just can't track anyone else down.
It's a pretty good slow chase. If they wanted to set up for a Baron, but I don't know if they're going to really feel that comfortable taking that fight. Scrams is still sitting on the gold from that one dragon fight. They might be looking to start this.
Yeah, they're definitely not looking to start that one immediately.
Well, their damage is
on
good.
it. YOLO Swag is here though. That's a scary moment. Cho'Gath moment. Not quite able to hit the Q. Saint
They need
is
to.
half health.
They
They
need to
really
turn.
need to be careful. Yeah, they either need to turn or get out of there, and they're gonna get out of there.
Scrams needs to go to base.
Scrams is still farming.
Scrams is sitting on. Let me hold on. I'm doing some math. Needs 800 for Sunfire. Got 2,500 in his pocket. So what? That leaves him with 1,700. Demonic Embrace also costs 3,000. Oh, he's going. He's almost got the perfect recall. I think here he might finish both items right here. And then the Amumu Power Spike will rock the world.
All right, watch the Amumu inventory. There it is.
Boom.
And he got a pink word. Let's go. All right, Amumu's the strongest champion in the game. That's actually not true. Cho'Gath still exists, but Scram's got a lot stronger. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, absurdly stronger compared to where he was moments ago.
Yeah, this is still a super even game 3. Really anyone's game. Dragon up here in 53 seconds is kind of a tipping point, it feels like, for the game.
They do Baron fast now, by the way. With this Amumu going to Sunfire Cape Demonic, they have a fast Baron take. Back in the day, back with Ravenous Hunter existing, Amumu solo Baron with these items. And it was fast. It was not slow. Sorry, that's
Duranga has to flash away. They're going to try to force anyway. Matsuro has to flash out of the fight. Scrams sitting in there. Big curse to the Sad Mummy with the pullback.
Huge.
They're just... Oath isn't here. This is a 5v4 straight up for ROTM. Matsuro trying to kite back super low. So is the Cho'Gath. There's just not quite enough damage to confirm these kills. Now finally able to knock down Super, but have lost Duranga and Little Saint. Can they continue the chase? Oath walking forward, gets rooted. Has to use Lifeform Disintegration Ray. Just a straight ray onto Velos. Isn't quite enough to finish him off. Matsuro wasn't able to interrupt the recall of YOLO Swag, and he's got Teleport. This could be really dangerous now. Scrams hits the bandage toss over the wall. Whoops, gets hit by the second bandage toss. They're just not focusing right now onto the Galio. Oath walking forward looking for Velos, but he doesn't quite have the damage. The Q isn't through. He dies, and the Ignite isn't going to be enough to finish off the Ezreal, thanks to Android in his back pocket. And ROTM loses that fight, just the slimmest of margins. The teleport back in from YOLO Swag, very impactful, and now they'll start up the Dragon.
Scrams, give it the Drake. Nice. We're doing it. No. If we die here, they're going to take Baron, and that's worse than their second Dragon. Well,
He got the Dragon, though.
he's a big baller for that one. But now the Baron is going to go over. And RTM going to look for a contest. No, they're not going to look for a contest. I should have said they could look for contests, because I was manifesting that they would.
Yeah, Matsuro can do a lot of damage in this pit if they have their MR reduced. So can Oath if they can get there. Still 8,000 health left. No Dawning Shadow to check. Matsuro walks in. Going to see them now. Ivsar not going to do anything. Demonic Ascension does come out. Does he have enough to buy time? He doesn't as he gets eaten by YOLO Swag. And now they're back on the Baron. The ult is... Oh, it isn't quite enough. It's smited away by Super. Oath trying to kite back away from Whoops, but it's all going wrong. Saint is on the wrong side of life right now. He could just slam the Cho'Gath down and maybe get a kill, but he's got to try to get out somehow. There's nowhere for him to go.
You'd take Galio.
He could just take Galio and get out, or he could go back toward... I don't know, man.
Oh, and Oath is there. Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit of a rough one for Saint in this game. Still looking for that the perfect fight, right, where you get to finally go dunk the Cho'Gath onto the back line, but no, it's going to be Baron going over to the side of OOGA BOOGA, finding himself a nice little 4K gold lead. RTM, however, is on sole point, so got pros and cons of Scrams' death.
Yeah,
I think,
it's definitely snowballed into 4,500 gold lead now for OOGA BOOGA, which is a scary amount. Again, most of that. All right.
Get him a Mumu.
So straight up, if you remove Cho'Gath and and set from the game, RTM's still ahead. But unfortunately, you can't just do that. There's no Mordekaiser ult this time.
You shocked me with that statistic.
Um,
Looking at the scoreboard. Oh, it's actually a lot of it is just from the Senna though.
yeah,
Oh, that was a nice dodge on the Everfrost. Not gonna be able to dodge out on the Q. Dawning Shadow not enough.
Saint, just pull him into tower. I feel like he's being a little too tentative for being 1 and 9. Now finally pulls him back in. Do they have the damage to actually chunk through this? Matsuro on the front side of the fight, looking for anything that he can. YOLO Swag taken pretty low. They're going to call in the Galio ult as he comes in with the heroic entrance. They're trapped in between two turrets right now, but nobody tanking it up. Now that last minion's going to die. Whoops is tanking tower, so he's going to fall. Scrams just kiting his way on through, hits the bandage toss onto Super. They'll finish off another one. It's a little overzealous on the dives from OOGA BOOGA as they go in between the two towers in bottom lane. Velos and Android just trying to scrap it out with Duvranga and Little Saint. Duvranga doing pretty well for himself, finds one, but Velos trades it back. Now it's Saint versus Velos, the only two people left alive on the map, and Saint is 1 and 9, unfortunately, so I don't think
Run,
that he's
Saint,
going to find this one.
You could have left.
Could have walked out, but takes the extra Q to the face, and OOGA BOOGA wins another fight.
You know, I almost forgot. Saint is giving to charity.
True.
I almost forgot what it was all about. That's on me. He kept it in mind. Yeah, I think that feels good for Rodham. You got a bunch of kills, and the other team had Baron. It did end up being a 5 for 4, but you pick up a bounty that makes it even in gold. I don't know. At Matsuro, it's the second time in a row where he's gone in, popped ult, been in a great position. But we have to respect, I mean, there's a lot of crowd control here on the side of Ooga Booga. He keeps getting CC'd out of his, he can't use Zhonya's, is what I'm trying to say. He has not been able to Zhonya's successfully in the last two fights. He gets in the middle of everyone, they get silenced by Cho'Gath or Soraka or taunted by Galio, and just gets popped, right? He is a very squishy Swain.
Yeah.
Going for the Leandries. 408 bonus health without any other item that gives you HP is going to feel pretty difficult. RTM.
Scramps is just running it down mid right now.
Scramps is a warrior.
Little mid prio here. 13 seconds to go before potential.
They're
Mountain
going
Soul
to
spawn.
probably give up the Drake here. I would expect.
Yeah,
Oath
and Scram's just looking for this one. Duvranga now here. They'll get the bandage toss onto Whoops, just trying to get the pick, it looks like, onto Galio. Any little positive play that they can find. A lot of damage coming through. They have to have the Wish come out. But RTM still continuing their work on this tower. Now lose their minion wave. So in come the warriors of Ooga Booga Gaming. But not going to be able to find too much. Little Saint up in the top lane. Gets his top lane tower. So 2 towers for a dragon. Not the worst trade in the world right now when you're at that deficit. What are you doing, Brother Oath? It's fine?
Peel comes through.
Yeah, everything's fine.
He burns Flash. And they want this. And they don't want this. Have I talked to you about my favorite animation in the game and why it is Volibear when he goes into his Q and then just stands still?
I feel like you mentioned that once. But
have you seen it before?
I have seen it before. It's
when he just goes onto all fours and stands there like a regular bear.
They put a regular bear in the video game. Weird.
makes me feel good.
My favorite animation.
Talking about. Oh,
Sorry.
go on.
I was gonna say
good.
Gwen has her joke animation. She turns into a doll.
Yeah.
And then when you run out of the animation, you're still the doll. It's very cute.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, it's mandatory to do that at level 1. Playing Gwen, I think. I've always wondered. I don't know if it actually affects her hitbox.
I doubt it does. None of that really.
Well, it should.
Does. It should, but probably doesn't.
Seeker's Arm Guard picked up for Scram. It's going to be going for a little more damage. He said they needed the AP.
Yeah, he's
Oath and Mitsuru are not doing it for him, bringing it himself.
He's also got
might be picked out here.
An orb, too, thing. Oblivion Orb. That's the name
He
of it.
is.
Scrams is very caught. Gonna use the 3-man Curse of the Sad Mummy. Just doesn't quite have enough damage to chunk through them. That's a rough one with Baron up. Saint is just trying to split push. It's a little hard out up in up in bottom lane. Oath
I think this is a really difficult
fine.
contest without YOLO Swag, actually. He teleported away.
Yeah,
Ultimate's
Matsuro.
gonna be
Oh
forced
my
by
god.
Matsuro. Gets the Zhonya's.
Yeah.
Should still be going down.
Yeah, just the stopwatch wasn't quite enough. Now Saint teleports in, but YOLO Swag hot on his tail, hits the Everfrost. They can't quite finish off the Galio, and it looks like OOGA BOOGA running over the fight. Duvranga just trying to do his darndest little Senna shots, but it's just not enough. Saint will eventually die, I'm sure, as Super finishes him off. Baron, excuse me, in their clutches.
Yeah, and the gold lead's going to grow just that much larger. Picking up the Baron. I mean, Scram's in a little bit of a goofy spot, gets picked off, and you just got to let him go, because I don't think OOGA was going to be able to successfully contest Baron before we walked in for the fight. It's good to play to poke at him a little bit, but I think RTM just overextends a little bit on that. Matsuro with the face check. I said it earlier, I mean, he's just not quite as tanky as I think he wishes he was here on the Swain. Really wants to find like a Rylai's, or I think that might be what he's saving for. A Rylai's, or maybe finish this Morello, anything to get some more HP under his belt. But now it's a pretty substantial lead for OOGA BOOGA Gaming. The bright side for you are the one on soul point. OOGA is not. So if you choose to, you can give up this dragon and wait for that lead to get a little less consequential. Wait for your Vel'Koz to scale up, hit level 16. Your Swain Senna to keep stacking up. This could be a pick. This is a pick.
It's a pick for whom, though, unfortunately. Super. Well, Whoops is just going to fly in and finish that one off, and they'll take down Oath as well. It's 2 kills for OOGA BOOGA.
I always meant to pick for OOGA.
Oh, okay.
OOGA BOOGA. I saw the volley. Maybe I'm too zoomed out. I could see it all. No, Volibear. Volibear, once again, back to business in this game, similar to last game, not letting our team get away with things like that, lying in with the turbo cum tongue. Scrams does a lot of damage to Yellow Swag. I think Yellow Swag would win, but can't just lackadaisically tank him up while he's trying to push a wave.
Love to see the 3 wards in the same bush. That's good synergy.
They wanted to see it.
And they do. And they can. For a while.
And they will.
And they will. Dragon...
Scrams
not quite going to be able to get there in time. A little bit of damage coming off. Just not quite there for RTM. And now Mountain Soul point for OOGA BOOGA.
You okay? Is Scrams okay?
Scrams is walking in. He's looking for it and going to eat a True Shot Barrage to the face.
Oliver pops the chem tank without his Q up and just walks forward menacing.
Yeah, Whoops is just chasing Saint. This is a thing that we have to deal with, I guess, in this game. They're going to find him.
Maybe he's out.
No, he's very dead.
Oh, barely clipped.
How many stacks does Cho'Gath have? That's a question I need to ask. He's got 14. That's a couple.
6k HP and counting.
And counting. Super maybe a little bit caught here. Lifeform Disintegration Ray do be disintegrating a couple of life forms, but unfortunately it's Duvranga that gets disintegrated. Velos is casually 8-1. We haven't talked about Ezreal at all, but that was a good opportunity to showcase his damage. In comes Whoops looking for the grand heroic entrance. Scrams is just trying to tank up everything with Matsuro. They've got the double golden boys going off right now. Where is the damage actually coming from, though? It doesn't look like anywhere. Oath is going to fall, and ROTM gets aced. The Morbius sweep, the Bud Light ace, however you please. It's a triple kill for Velos and the ace. And that should be the game. Well, maybe Saint might have this. He can just drop Cho'Gath on top of Soraka.
There
it is. 1. Okay. I believe. I don't believe anymore. That was it. He had my belief for a split second, and then it was gone. But he did allow Duvranga to respawn. So Senna maybe can make something happen and stall the game out a little bit longer for more kills for charity.
Brought up a great point. Bellis had a great game very quietly on the Ezreal. Just kind of did his job right, stands behind the front line and picks up kills. Had a bit of a tough laning experience, but you're playing against a Senna Swain lane. Game is not actually over. Uga doesn't want to commit. Senna is too scary, I think. No, he's had a great game and he's doing a lot of damage at the stage. Finally scaled up on the Ezreal. Probably going to pick up his Ravenous Hydra gears. Looks like what he's going for.
Yeah, he's a pretty big boy, as Duvranga found out on that unfortunate little face check. Yeah, it's just hard. The big damage dealer's not doing a huge amount of damage right now. It feels like Matsuro's really scaled off through not like a huge fault of his own, just not quite tanky enough to live in these team fights against the rest of the Beef Boys. And so he's been really surpassed.
I think it's the Soraka. I mean, they're coming close and they are getting a lot of damage off, but when you have a Volley Bear that has Spirit Visage and Force of Nature, Cho'Gath also has Force of Nature, right? It takes a really long time for Swain, Amumu, and Vel'Koz to really impact these fights, and the longer the fight goes, more Soraka likes it.
Saint is feeling it a little bit right now. Where's he gonna go?
Dubranga 127 stacks right now on the Senna, by the way. Oh, Saint.
Oh, Saint. We're getting Vision of Baron. That's the trade for Saint's life. Of value. That's a little mean at this point. I'm sorry. It's 38-20. OOGA BOOGA up 8,000 gold. With this Baron spawning, it's going to be very difficult to...
Going to notice that Scrams just hit that blue plant. Don't think they're going to let him do that. Maybe they will. What's going on? Yellow Swag for the win, going to be zoning him out. Scrams looks like he's going for the Trick 2 Jeep, open the gates, a Mumu play. They're going to opt to give up Baron.
I mean, you can't. Yeah. Even at the best case, you can't outsmite the Cho'Gath ult at this point.
Yeah,
it's true. Just really difficult if the Cho'Gath ult is even close. But
and probably a Mountain Soul going away with OOGA BOOGA, which we talked about. Mountain Soul feeling good for RTM. I think the exact same point is actually going to apply here for OOGA BOOGA. It's definitely feels like a game decider right here.
Yeah. Oh, then like walk into super big jump
Super's
over the
gonna
wall.
Have to ult out.
He's not too thick that time. Once again, slimmed down a couple in between games 1 and 3, so that's good to see. We're gonna flip it over this Mountain Soul. I don't know that it matters if RTM gets it. Honestly,
well,
the position
what they're doing
is
stalling. Right? Look at their base. Look at their minions.
This
Smart
is
play by OOGA BOOGA.
Yeah, this is a rough spot right now for our team to be in. They're poking him down. Saint is back to try to grab this. Vel'Koz damage over the wall. In goes Scrams looking for it. Not quite able to get that smite. Jesus Christ.
Neither
so much damage
got
coming back out
on that one.
Yep. Secured by the Galio, as of course it was.
Sure.
Well,
this
teleports into the base. This should be the end. Saint is trying to defend the base against the onslaught of the double teleports. He's got the ult back in. Matsuro setting the line. Oath does get a kill on the other side, so that's something. Able to take down Velos, but Matsuro hanging out. Can he do anything else? It doesn't look like it. Just die. And Duvranga on the steps of the fountain.
For charity!
For charity. It's a good dive by Super. They're still looking for a little bit more. Whoops is golden. Gets the big taunt onto Duvranga. They'll get one more kill. Nexus is going to go down eventually. OOGA BOOGA wins 2-1. Really close series. The game's not super close, but game 3 was pretty tightly contested till about 20, 22 minutes, I'd say. And then Ooga Booga
Yeah,
kind of blew it open.
and I mean, I think the giant factor in the series. You give the props where they're deserved. Yellow swag for the win. It seemed to outperform Sane, I think, in games 2 and 3, and really came up enormous 17-2 and 14 on the Cho'Gath up top. Uh, just a fantastic series for him, and pretty well played all in all. To Ooga Booga faltered occasionally, as teams do, but all in all, I think not a bad showing for RTM. Some areas to clean up, some things to work on, but
Yep.
at the end of the day, they did have slobber knocker games raising money for charity. So
Yep. So Ooga Booga improves to 3-0. RTM falls to 1-2. Let's go see how Dread's doing in their game 3. Go support the boys. Send them a Crowstorm. Try to finish off the night on a good note. But thank you from myself, from Lexus. Special shout out to Ooga Booga for donating for their own kills for charity. Really appreciate that. Hope to work with them again in the future. But yeah, we'll see you guys Monday for AVL, and then we're off for a week. That's kind of cool. So see you guys Monday. Have a good night. And then I realize it takes 10 seconds to load the raid. I could have prepped it. I don't actually know when it stops streaming us, but
at some point,
at some point.